What is up, everybody? Alright, I think we can finish this godforsaken collab today. We're gonna do our best. That's a little loud. I don't even know why it's so loud. There we go, that's better. Yeah, it's like the count guy wants everybody to be the waifu master lady, and then turned them all into a tree for some reason. Where's my sound? There we go. But how's everybody doing? Be kind of interesting to do the challenge quest on this account. This account's a bit scuffed, but it's got, you know, some good stuff. I don't have to be so budgety, so. And then we'll probably go test Masashi and stuff. She got that crazy buff. She must be good for this, I didn't even think about that, but she must be broken as hell for this challenge quest because AoE Berserker's good anyway. She's an event servant, and then now she's got a bonus against Sabers. So, yeah, that's kind of busted. Throw some riders at this. Oh yeah, I got Masashi. I figured it'd be a fun unit to try to get on my ult account because I'm never gonna roll on that on my main, but I only got NP1. So not really that worth using. Hey, same. Yeah, we'll use her. Let me get through this event. But yeah, we should test her out. My Raiko rolls were ass, damn. I assume you wanted Raiko then. That sucks, dude. On the, hey, Cairo, thank you for the raid. She seems pretty popular though, so, you know, there'll be more raid ups. Chin up and all that. Sleepy, thank you for the 17 months, I appreciate it. But yeah, we'll try out the new units here in a second. Just throw a bunch of riders at the problem here. You know, they do a lot of invulnerability, invade bullshit in this event. I should really give somebody Pierce invulnerability here. How's the Eolden Ring been treating you, say? Oh, what's starting NP? Yeah, sure. Alright, we'll get Bond with our boy Ku, Gwaine, and I don't know, Bob. There we go. That's pretty much a Bob, right? This might actually be a boss fight, but I mean, most of the boss fights in the main story here, actually pretty much, I think all of the boss fights in the main story here are kind of pointless. Hey, Ace. Alright, what fight is this? Ah, yes. This would have been cool if it, like, had actual mechanics, or the enemies had enough stats that you could lose, but you really can't. Well, I imagine if you're fresh out of Fuyuki, then you probably can lose, but, I can't imagine there's really that many people playing this event that are actually new. FGO doesn't really get new players, so I'm sure there's somebody. Man, Lee's students are, you know, guys he trained, or however you want to look at it, the bodyguard guys. That really is a boss fight of all time. I gave my ult, the 1 to 3 star account, when I was just using the 3-star craft essences, all that. That was tough, man. That fight was just a nightmare. Will Achilles get his NP here? Yes, he will. They're over here shooting like Dragon Ball Z palm blasts at me. I probably should have cast the invulnerability. I do think you are supposed to kill all 17 though, so at least there's that. Any way to get Canis NP worth a damn here? Not really. And like DBZ, spam Kai attacks are useless, pretty much. That's one of those things where, like in anime, movies, that kind of thing, they're not gonna have the main character or the main antagonist, right, get like taken out by a pot shot by a grunt sniper, even though that's a very likely way to die in like a conflict, right? You know, it's got to be the big dramatic melee, you know, or the big dramatic, you know, super attack, not the like spammy quick, you know, ranged attack or whatever. Like in Dragon Ball Z, it's got to be like the definitive punch or the you know, giant, you know, ki blast. It can't just be like spam or anything like that. Just is what it is. Now, I don't think you actually have to do it that way. I don't think you have to be so cliche, but most things are like that. All right, 9 enemies left still. There's not much point in peeing when they've only got this much health. I imagine Kentoki and Canis would get along. They seem to be kind of cut from the same cloth there. In a movie, Goku got sniped by a grunt and taken out. Wait, when did this happen? Surely he didn't like actually die though. You know, that's just like, you know, taken out of the fight for a minute. Oh, wasn't it? I guess there was the Cooler movie where he got laser-eyed, but that was Cooler, so not a grunt. Frieza return movie from Super. Didn't they have Frieza return in a movie and then just instantly die, but then instantly get resurrected again? So it's like, why did you do any of that? Like, wasn't that the thing? Like, he got resurrected, immediately dies in that the same movie, but then in like the anime or something, just immediately gets resurrected again. So dumb, dude. That's silly. Get some Achilles NP here. Actually, don't I just win the next time I Achilles NP? Yeah, I do. Fuck it. I love Kentoki, man. I actually like Berserker Kentoki. I just don't like his design very much. You know, I just remembered. We have Kentoki on this account, like Berserker Kentoki. I need to fucking level him. Shit. Oh no, I need so many Berserker gems then. Because I just got Musashi, right? So, oh, fuck me, dude. But I don't want to farm. I'm gonna have to do a Berserker daily. Oh. Maybe I haven't bought the Berserker gems from Rare Prisms yet, but I don't think I have that many, or Pure Prisms, excuse me. I don't think I have that many Pure Prisms though, so. Fuck. Yeah, I got Berserker Kentoki, I think, on like a Hercules raid up or something. So yeah, I need to get him up and then get Musashi up. There'll be some fun units, honestly. Give my ult account some like flavor, right? So it's not just a shitty version of my main account. Peak FGO farming, yeah. Oh my god, chat. I got a copy paste for you. 1 second. I wish I could strive to say something like this that's not like fake and have this be a copy paste, but this is real. This is a real comment. This is amazing, dude. There you go. Oh my lord. Authentic. That's up there with the Mori comment. I don't think anything is topping that Mori comment though, dude. That Mori comment is just peak. I've got that somewhere too. Actually, let me see if I can find that one, because I bet you some people here actually weren't around during those times. Fuck, that one's, I don't know where the hell I have that. I think I've got it on an external hard drive. Damn it, I'll have to look for it later. That could take a while to find. Yeah, the Mori one is absolute peak. There's the Mori one, and then of course the Zeus one. That's a classic. That one's still out there, like on the video and everything. I mean, there's things of substance there. It's just not things that I'm going to take very seriously. Do you think any Jolter fan is gonna take that, by the way? Do you think any Jolter fan is gonna be like, yeah, you know what? She doesn't need an animation update. It's totally fine that she's a day one character sprite. Totally fine. Oh my god. It really does suck, though. I really do feel bad for Jolter fans that they got nothing. It sucks. Like, I swear though where mentalities like that come from, because I've seen people before that, like, as long as their characters that they like are set, they don't care. And there's people that are like, I mean, I've seen this, man. I remember way back in the day, I can think of some whales that would say this kind of crap. Long time ago now, though. But essentially, they see it as like the game, God, the ego in this, and it just fails to understand like the ecosystem that you need for like a game to succeed. You know, the whales have to feel like there's a community there for them to show off to, right? So I remember there were people that were saying like FGO shouldn't even add low stars anymore, and they shouldn't give animation updates to low stars. Now they did want animation updates for 5 stars, but because those are for the free-to-plays and they're not spending any money, right? And the game should be like servicing us that are spending the money and blah 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 blah. And number one, and I know for a fact this is true because I can think of plenty, there are lots of whales that like low stars. All right, it's like Mandricardo is really popular. All right, doesn't really matter that he's a 3-star. All right. And again, you have to have a game that's good. You have to have a game that people like to play. You know, it doesn't matter just about making the whales happy, right? Like, if you have no other players, the game is going to fail because whales don't want to whale in a game where it's just like 5 people playing it, right? It doesn't work that way. And you do still make plenty of money from, you know, fish and dolphins and that kind of thing. And actually, that's where a lot of these games fail, is because they are mostly just trying to get money from whales, and they're not trying to get $10 from a normal person here and there, right? Like FGO, if these sold, let's say it was like League of Legends, right? Every single character in the game had at least 1 skin, right? And a lot of them would have more than 1 skin. And let's say you sell them, you know, depending on like quality and you know, that kind of thing, you sell them between like, you know, $5 and $20 or something. You're gonna get so many people to spend money that aren't gonna whale though, right? And that's good business. But yeah, but I've seen that though, where people think, you know, oh, I'm not gonna use the low stars, and the game should be catering to me because I'm a whale, so they shouldn't give low stars an animation update. That's for the peasants. That's for the people below me. I have blue blood, right? It's that kind of bullshit. But that is a thing. I have seen people act that way. But I don't think I've ever really seen people be like, oh yeah, don't even give Jolter an animation update. It's like, excuse me, what? I prefer when games have a way for you to support the game without having to gamble, right? I'm not a gambler here.
Nani?
Hey, look, it's Jolter. Not even a costume, man. I would almost guarantee you they would make less money if all the servants were free and you just sold costumes. I don't think they would make money, but they would not make as much. I think there really is a happy middle ground here, and I think a degree of a middle ground is important because a happier player base is a larger player base, and you're going to get more spenders, right? So I think the optimal way to do this kind of thing is you have premium stuff, right? And you could even have premium skins, right? Like League does, that are like way more expensive, and they're not cost efficient, right? But it's kind of for that, you know, showing off, or you just really like the character or whatever. I think it's okay to have some premium stuff like that. And it's okay to have your skins and whatnot. But I think how you make the Gacha fair and you still are able to, you know, make that money off your whales, but then not be a complete scummy piece of shit, you know, find that happy medium, is you just make the safety net reasonable, right? You just make the safety net reasonable. You give people reasons to go for NP5, but you also don't make it miserable to get NP2, right? So, and yeah, and I think this is fair, but I'm curious if like a lot of the free-to-plays and fish and stuff disagree with me, but like, I think it's fair if the free-to-plays can't get every single goddamn gold unit, right? Not even half of them, I would say, because generally you don't need, you know, that many, and I think it's fair to be able to like, okay, like, I think it's nice if maybe the free-to-plays get about, you know, a fourth to a third of every like rare thing that comes out, if they really are smart about it and try to get it, and I think that's fair, I would say, right? Maybe about a third, maybe a fourth, right, depending. And that's still a lot of characters, and generally you're not gonna like more than a third or a fourth of the cast anyway, I would say, unless you have like no standards and you just like everything apparently. But I think that's pretty reasonable, right? And then like if a free-to-play is getting about a third or a fourth of the cast, right? That's like at NP1, maybe, and then maybe some of them NP2. If you want consistently them NP2 or higher, then I think they should, you know, maybe a fifth of the cast. I think that's fine. Like, if you look at the release schedule of these things, I think that's pretty reasonable. I mean, I've never really done the math though, like what we get now, like as a free-to-play, like how much of the cast you actually get for the rare units, obviously, because you get 100% of the low stars, But yeah, the thing is, right now, just getting one copy is terrible, right? Like, the safety net is just yikes. Super yikes. Yeah, she's not really, I know, Jolter, but she might as well be. I mean, it was just an excuse to get another version of Jolter into Samurai Remnant, really. You know, it's all roundabout stuff. I know she's like emo instead, and it's actually like Joan of Arc instead of Jolter, but it doesn't really matter. Let's look. They're not using Joan of Arc's, you know, sprite. You know, they're using Jolter's, right? Obviously. Having that NP1 5-star you like sucks. Yeah, I know that feeling. Generally, though, you know, because I don't like as many characters, I think. I mean, I don't know. I like a lot of characters, but most of them are low stars, right? I don't think I like nearly as many 5 stars as most FGO fans. So it's been pretty easy for me to like really stockpile for the few I want, and then once I have those, then I'm good, and then I can kind of just try to get whatever, and if it works out, great. If not, no biggie. But you know, I really wanted to get like Mordred at a decent NP rank, Arthur, Achilles, Gilgamesh, you know, those kinds of things. And in the early years of the game, I really focused on getting those and not all the other 5 stars. So then once I got them at a decent NP rank, you know, then it's kind of whatever from that point. But it's been easy for me because my favorites are 3 stars, you know, Ku and Billy, Darius, those kinds of things. Mori. The VC Braun, right? A lot of 3 stars that I really like. Robin, the list just goes on and on. It would be cool if I'd make it really rare, but every once in a while, maybe like for the anniversary or something, if they gave out like a ticket to increase an NP rank, that would be pretty nice PR there. But yeah, I think you do want to find a middle ground between, you know, having premium stuff for the whales to go for if they want to and to show off and that kind of thing. But then also have like a monthly pass, right? And a lot of games don't do this because I don't think they really get it. But for like a monthly pass to be worthwhile, and this is what like Genshin does, and almost everyone that plays Genshin, even if they don't whale, buys the monthly pass. It's because it's insane value, right? Like the amount of rolls you get far exceeds the $5 you spent. Now you're only allowed to do 1 a month, so you can't, you know, stack them, because then that would be a problem for them. But yeah, if like the $5 a month gets you like way more than $5 worth of summons and stuff, that's pretty fair, I would say, right? The one thing I don't like about monthly passes and stuff that I see these games do, like on principle, I think they're totally fine. I don't think they're scummy. I think they're pretty nice. And it's nice to have something to like, you know, support the game with without having to gamble, right? But what I don't like about them is most of them, you have to like log in every day to get it, right? And that's kind of like a psychological trick. And the reason I wouldn't really mind that if it's not something you have to do or whatever, but it's like to get your money is worth, you have to do it. It's one thing if a game has a login reward that you just get, right? And that's an incentive to play every day. That's fine. I don't see a problem with that. But when you've already spent the money, right? And then you have to, you'll miss part of your purchase if you don't log in. That's bullshit, right? I don't care for that part of it. It's not the scummiest thing on the planet, right? But not really a fan of that. And so if the games could cut that the hell out, I definitely respect it a lot more. But yeah, they're pretty much all like that, and it's just they want that psychological, you know, incentive. Yeah, I've heard some, not just China, but some countries are like starting to address that. And I think that's right, but yeah, what I saw with China is it didn't. I don't think it's actually happened. It's like something that might happen or some such. But I've heard other countries have started to, like a lot of European countries have started to crack down on some of this stuff, especially just the gambling in general. But yeah, I think there is a middle ground here where you can be fairer and not scummy, but then still make a lot of money, right? And actually, I think they could make more money. I think the right balance of fairness, but then still having like premium stuff and ways for whales to, you know, show off and feel elite and all that. I think you could make the most money that way. Because like with FGO, them not selling skins for like $5-10 or whatever, that's just a wasted opportunity, man. That's just fucking money they're throwing away. What do you think about giving one upgrade every time finishing an event? If you mean like an NP upgrade, that's way too common. You couldn't do that. Everyone would have every character at NP5. No one would ever go for NP2, really. And that would just hurt their business massively. And actually, at that point, I think it would kind of devalue. Because, okay. Again, I want this. I'm not trying to be like anti-free-to-play. I like a happy balance here. But one thing I like about being free-to-play, but then also like getting to show off which one like characters you care about, is the NP rank, right? So for example, I have a lot of 5 stars at a pretty NP rank, right? Because I've been playing for a long time on my main account, right? So of course I got spooks and all kinds of random 5 stars. But the ones I really like, it's really obvious because they're the ones that are actually a high NP rank, and I didn't have to wail for them. I just focused on those. So it's a cool way to see like, you know, who likes what. You know, for example, me and like my friend Kai are both free to play. Although, you know, you know, there was Edmund, you know, in GSSR. But, and so if you look at our support lists, you know, and the units we really focus on, you can see our taste, right? You can actually see our taste and the unique units that we focus on and, you know, try to get and really focus on getting 10-10-10 and all that stuff. They affect, you know, how we approach the boss fights and how we progress and what's hard and what's easy for us. And that's that unique experience, you know, per person and everything, I think is a really fun part about Gacha games, right? I think that's actually one of the better parts about them. Like, even though there's a lot of business model stuff I don't like with Gacha games, although most Gacha games, there are some real positives that I do like. For example, there's just way more variety in the cast, right? A lot of other games that aren't going to have, you know, reoccurring characters being added as the monetization for the game, they're going to have a much smaller roster to pick from, right? So you don't have as much, especially for someone like me who's got kind of weird taste or like not mainstream taste. Right? A lot of like normie games, there's really no characters that I actually really like. Where like FGO, there's a bunch of characters I really like. And you can see my taste clear as day when you look at the units like on my main account that I've grailed and like what I focus on and stuff, right? You can clearly see my taste. And that's true for pretty much everybody. And that's awesome. You know, I like seeing people's like units and what they decided to get to NP3 or 4 or whatever for a 5 star. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I still think you could, like maybe once a year or maybe once every 2 years or something, give out like a NP rank, you know, ticket or something. That way, if someone got like a random limited 5 star, that they don't have a lot of chances of getting to a higher NP rank again, and they're just stuck at NP1 forever, right? Like you're gonna have multiple characters like that, and you can't really use that ticket for all of them, but like at least one every once in a while, I don't think is like bad. But unfortunately, FGO is pretty it's pretty bad when it comes to these kinds of things. They have one of the worst middle grounds between like the monetization and fairness and that kind of thing. They're not so good in that department. They've gotten, I guess, a little bit better just because they at least have a safety net now. Because y'all remember, we used to not have a safety net. Like, I know we kind of still don't because it's so bad. Like, that's the joke. But, you know, it is better than literally nothing. But, yeah, they do have a ways to go to catch up to every other game out there. By the way, chat, I've noticed this. With all the people copium defending the game and acting like there's nothing you could, you know, you should be criticizing about it and that kind of thing. A lot of them, and of course this is a generalization, of course there's going to be exceptions to this, but a lot of them don't play other games, like other Gacha games anyway, right? And I remember loads of people have told me this over the years, that FGO is their first Gacha game and their only Gacha game for a really long time, right? And some of them are still like that. It's still their only one they play. But because of that, that's why some of these people have such bad standards, right? It's because, like, they don't have a point of reference, you know. And Arknights is just hilarious to me because it's the same game engine. It's the same game engine, and Arknights makes less money, and they do more, a lot more, right? And they have so many things that are like one-to-one comparable, and it's just better in Arknight, right? And then, but then they're over here arguing like, no, keep it. We get nothing, right? Because if I act like, you know, they're not giving us enough. It's like this game I've been supporting and waving the flag for so long. I've been wasting my time, right? It's silly. I'm not gonna lie. I think part of why they don't copy Arknight, I mean, they actually have copied Arknights in a few things, but they just don't have the staff. I mean, they just don't have the staff, right? I'm sure if they could, without it cutting into, because okay, you got to keep up with the bare minimum, right? Especially when you've got Sony as your publisher, right? So they have to keep up with, you know, trying to make the quarterly earnings reports looking good. You can't have like one look really bad so you can have better ones in the future. That's just not gonna fly. And so they have to keep up with like the bare minimum of like adding new characters at a certain rate. And that they kind of have to accompany that with like an event and stuff to get people excited, etc., right? And so the problem here is, because their staff is so small, and like we know this, it's not like a guess, we know their staff is really small. When your staff is that small, they are clearly struggling to just keep up with the bare minimum, right? Like it's wild, but like the very little that we get, they clearly are struggling to just do that. They don't got room to be like, yeah, let's get a nice in-depth roguelike on the side here. How are they gonna do that, right? That's just not gonna happen. Let alone, you know, UI revamp and you know, story replay and all these things, right? It's just, they need staff, and if they don't have the staff, it's just never going to happen. Which is why I'm always advocating for them to fucking hire people, for God's sakes. But yeah, we see where that's going. All right, I don't even remember this fight being a thing, but sure, game. These guys don't have too much health.
Hello.
And as a free-to-play, doesn't matter because pay-to-play in Gachas, addicts, no winning. Wait, what? Like I'm missing some context here. Like that sentence did not make sense to me. Here's the thing, it's the sad truth, and I don't know, like I said, I'm not a psychic, right? I know this mindset exists, and some people have admitted to it. I've known people that have quit FGO years ago, right, and be like, oh yeah, that was totally how I was. Right, because like these are cycles, all this bullshit that's happening right now, it's all happened before, right? This is not new. But there are people out there that can't, they really can't accept any criticism of the thing that they like because it's like their team. And they don't, and as far as they see it, is if they start saying, oh yeah, FGO treats us badly, we should have this, and this, then it's like, to them, it's not actually like saying this, but to them, it's like saying I wasted all my time and money all this time supporting it, right? So they won't do it, right? They won't do it. And it's just kind of like, the funniest part about that copy paste to me, is not even the silly stuff like thinking we don't need a better UI or animation updates or any of that. It's the one thing he has to concede is we should at least have an account system, right? That's the one thing he has to concede, because it's so blatantly obvious. It's like a step too far for anyone, really. Although I have seen people on the wiki that were like, we don't need an account system, the bind system's fine. Anyway, but when after that he says, but it's not even worth mentioning, right? It's like, yeah, we could use an account system, but it's not actually worth mentioning. Like I shouldn't bring attention to the fact that we need an account system because it'll make the game look bad. Like that's what I should be worrying about. It's like I'm gonna scare people off from the game because I said we need an account system. Like it's just silly, right? It's just absolute mental gymnastics here. Oh my god, the leveling in FGO is so bad. It's insane. And it was better in Arknights, but it wasn't great there either. But then they were like, oh yeah, we'll just fix it. And now it's fine. Right now, leveling in Arknights is no problem. Yeah, oh my god, I can't believe FGO still makes you do it that way, dude. It's so dumb. You know, I have a stream where I do a clean comparison to like Arknights and FGO and where they're very one-to-one and where, you know, Arknights is just way better. But I need to make a proper YouTube video of that and make it short and concise. I might do that. That'll make some people mad, but I don't really care. Yeah, I did it in like the anniversary rant, but I'd like a clean video that's not like, because you know when I'm streaming, I'm ranting, right? Let's not get this confused, right? I'd like a video where it's, you know, more precise, right? And quick, you know. And on my main channel too, you know. I think the coin system is an okay idea, but everything about how it's implemented is bad, right? The coins should not be earned from rolling at all, right? Like you already have enough incentive to go for like, you know, higher NP ranks and shit like that. And the safety net is already so bad, right? It should just be something you get from like playing the game, right? They need more. It's really important. There's no point. And this really is a thing, right? You need to have something to do with the units. It gives you more incentive to get the units in the first place. Right? So, like, if you've got a boss rush mode, story replay, a roguelike, right, a challenge tower or something, having these things to do, to use the toys you're spending money or your free-to-play currency or whatever to get, you know, that's important, but we don't really have that. I think the coin system would have been a good, you know, obtaining coins through, you know, activities in the actual game would have been a much better use for them. I think that'd have been nice. And then, like, the class score system, and I'll show this because some people are NA viewers and they don't have this yet, so I want to make sure that people know what I'm talking about. But like this system, oh yeah, my alt account really hasn't used this system actually. My main, you know, is actually fun. Have I done anything? I don't know if I've done anything with the class score system on my alt actually. I must have done something. I think maybe Archer for like Gil or something. Okay, yes, I have done a little bit. But yeah, wow, my alt doesn't, I don't give a fuck over here. Anyway, this system is ultimately completely linear. All the class trees are the same. You're going to unlock every single thing. It doesn't matter which direction you go and all that. None of this matters. And it's just generic, boring, you know, like 2% art damage up and things like that, right? I really wish this could have been so much better. This should have been where... one, you should be able to respec in case you do something you don't like, but you shouldn't be able to get everything, right? You should have a big class tree here, and you have to make decisions in it, right? And then the upgrades, yeah, along the way you can have some generic stuff like, you know, maybe one of the upgrade paths is you know, very crit focused, very normal card focused, right? And in that path you're gonna have a lot of like buster ups and just, you know, straight crit ups and stuff. You know, but then like that's just like some generic stuff. You know, some of the meaty, you know, abilities in there should be a lot more interesting, you know, very customizable. And the thing is that you want the different, you can't get everything. Maybe you can get a tree and a half, or you could get like, you know, hybrid in all the trees or whatever, but you can only complete one tree and like a little bit of another path, or, you know, well, I should say one path, not one tree. But anyway, yeah, you should not even be able to get close to getting, you know, everything in the skill tree. And that way it matters. You know, you're gonna have like a decision to make. where when you're just gonna generically get everything, it just feels like a chore. And it's also just none of your choices feel very meaningful because it's just like a generic stat upgrade and everybody gets it. And it's just like, okay, you know, it's just not, it's could have been a lot better. Yeah, all the extra class stuff too. Someone asking if they should try FGO is the same as someone asking where to get a good burger in town. That you show them, and the places you show them that sell the good burger is a decapitated rat hole. I mean, the thing about FGO, it's like I've said, on the business side, on like the system side, it's indefensible. It is. It's so behind everyone else. Even for, you know, Unity engine games, it's a joke. They're very unreasonable with their prices and their safety nets and all that kind of stuff. But I stand by this because I'm like this and whatnot. The game can still be very fun as a free-to-play. A lot, you know, like you get a lot. There's a lot of really cool low stars. You know, a lot of them have animation updates now, like Ushi and all that. And the gameplay is when you're getting to do a major boss fight. You know, from Camelot and on. You know, obviously you're gonna have a horrible time before Camelot. Free-to-play or a whale, it doesn't matter. You're gonna be bored out of your mind. But I do think like Camelot and on, there is a degree of fun to be had. Now, if it's worth the slog is going to depend on the person, right? And some of the challenge quests are fun. The music is good. You know, there is enjoyment to be had here, right? There is. It's just, it's going to be up to the person. Like yes, it's a much rattier game than most. It really is, right? There's a lot of stuff about this game that are like embarrassing to me as someone that, you know, enjoys the game. You know, it's embarrassing how bad the account, you know, the no account system and the safety net and the UI and all these things are embarrassing, right? But if you can put up with it, there is some fun stuff to be had here, absolutely. But yeah, it's just going to depend on the person. But yeah, anytime I've talked to people about it, I always make it pretty clear. It's like, yeah, you have to really like this, this, and this, or you are not going to have a good time here. But yeah, I've never really had an issue being free to play over here, right? Like, been able to get a decent amount of rare stuff. I massively enjoy using the 1 to 3 stars. Like, Chad, how weird am I? I'm kind of curious about this, because I know I'm not the only one like this. But it's not just FGO. It's like, when I play Arc Knights and all these games and I get into them, I love just using the low stars, right? Like, I did not even level a single 5 or 6 star in Arc Knights for, like, years. You know, and after I kind of had my fill and was really, you know, happy with getting a lot of the low stars up and doing, like, the 1.0 story and actually a lot of 2.0 story and all that, and I, you know, finally started leveling some other stuff. I enjoyed the shit out of that, man. Like it made a lot of the stages that were, you know, kind of nah before, you know, a lot more interesting. And I've always felt this way. Something I really like about the low stars in these games, right? Doesn't have to be FGO, you know, it can be whatever. But the low stars normally in most games are available to everybody. And some people, I guess, don't like that. Makes it feel not special or something. I don't give a shit about that. I like that everyone has them because it makes them feel like the game. It makes them feel like the backbone of the game. They're the thing everybody's got, right? They're like the default. And so it's like old reliable, right? It's like they're the thing that. And a lot of these, like Arc Knights even says this, they design around, you know, the 1 to 4 stars and stuff in terms of when they make content and whatnot. So, you know, it feels good, right? It feels kind of like the, it's like the backbone of the game, right? If I make a new account, I'm still going to have access to Q and Ushi and Mandricardo and all these, you know, I'm still going to have those, right? Some new player that starts tomorrow, has never played before, is going to have access to those, right? So I like that. I like that about the low stars, very much so. And sure, I like, you know, how you have the rare units that you decide to go for where someone else doesn't, right? So you have your uniqueness. I enjoy that too, but I actually enjoy the low star and just like the fact that they're the kind of the backbone of the game in a way, right? I like that more, I think. But yeah, I know I'm not the majority here, but it doesn't seem that weird to me, right? Because like there are things, for example, that like I don't like personally, but you can see where someone's coming from. And then there's things where like you don't like them personally and it's really hard for you to see where people are coming from, right? But I think like enjoying low stars seems to be a pretty normal thing, right? I don't see how that's too crazy. And also, it's you don't have to spend any money, which that's nice too. So chat, all that drama, right, with the Minturn stuff, right? Which, you know, I didn't even talk about Minturn stuff. They just kind of made that up, or I said it like a year ago and they were mad this entire time or something. But here's a funny one, and this is kind of why the whole thing is so dumb to me. I don't like Minturn's content, right? You know, I'm sure there's some exceptions, but like overall, I don't care about it. I think it's kind of dumb. It's like pay to play to like really be able to Minturn most things. It's repetitive. It's the same old teams for the most part. It's not my shtick. I don't like it. Someone else likes it though. That's great. Good for them. But here's the thing. There's something else that in my mind is incredibly comparable to Minturning, right? Very comparable. It's a very subjective thing that you might like it, you might not like it, right? Different strokes for different folks kind of thing, right? But this other thing, chat, this other thing, I dislike more. If I had to choose between this mysterious thing and having to do a Minturn like video myself or watch 5 Minturn videos in a row or something, I would do the Minturn, right? Easily. This other thing, way worse. Way worse. And no, it's not stalling. It's not stalling. But this is why this other thing exposes why all these people getting mad at me just seems so stupid to me. Because this other thing, me not liking, I think most people overwhelmingly would not get mad over me not liking. Even though I dislike it more, I have stronger feelings about this thing, right? Now, to be fair, most people don't care that I don't like Minturning, right? Most people just literally don't care. You know, and they're not going to hear I think Minturning sucks, as in I think you suck, right? They're not going to do that. And this other thing that I'm going to reveal here in a minute, we'll see if chat can figure it out. This other thing, if I say I think it sucks, right? They're not going to be offended by that. They're not going to take that as I suck, right? Now, and someone probably will. Now, chat, this other thing, and again, you're going to think people are going to think I'm joking here, right? They're going to think that this is like a joke comparison. It's not. These things are in the same category in my mind because they're just things you could do if you wanted or don't have to, and you know, these are completely equal in my mind. But the mysterious thing I significantly dislike more. I'll go as far as to say this other thing, chat, I find disgusting. I don't find Minturning disgusting. I just think it's silly and dumb, and I'm not into it in the slightest, right? Someone figured it out. I can't believe it. Someone figured it out. It's Meatloaf. Yes, I think Meatloaf is worse than Minturning. It is disgusting. I hate it. If I had to go make a Minturn video or eat Meatloaf, I would make a Minturn video. It's not close, okay? And I think it's just so obvious how foolish it would be if I'm like, God, Meatloaf is disgusting. If someone takes that as like a personal attack. And I'm sure someone would, right? I'm sure somebody would, but yeah, I really don't like Meatloaf though. I really gotta stress this. It's disgusting. And I'm sure now someone in chat is just gonna be like, Meatloaf's my favorite, but oh God, the texture of it, chat. Oh, that is such a bad use of meat. There's so many better things you could do with your meat-based dish. Like, I'm gonna say way harsher things about Meatloaf here, so I'm not even close. I think making Meatloaf is a waste of time. I think it's disgusting. I think you could have done a million better things with that meat. I'm not gonna eat it even if you paid me, unless it's a lot of money, but like, it's not gonna happen. If Meatloaf is your passion and you love making it, you love cooking in general, and you want me to try it, I'm not going to, right? Like, if I have a friend that's really into Minturning and they wanted me to watch their video and maybe give some feedback, I'd watch it. If my friend is, and I have friends that are really into cooking and stuff, if they want me to eat Meatloaf, I'm not going to. I don't give a fuck. That is not going to happen. Get that shit off my goddamn table. Not in my oven. Thank you very much. And you can send your angry feedback, you Meatloaf lovers, to my feedback account if you want to express your rage. Go to my Discord, Cairo Shoot, and you can DM me your feedback here. I'll be sure to read all of it. Same for the wailing. Same for the angry whales, right? They can do the same. Everyone just if you're upset about comments that I've made in the past, we'll make the cutoff point maybe the last 2 years, right? If I've said something the last 2 years you're upset about, but please, I'm begging you, chat, please send me your angry feedback to my feedback account, Cairo Shoot. I'll read all of it, chat. I'll take it under absolute consideration here. Yeah, you know, I figure some people from other countries and such probably have not had Meatloaf. You lucky bastards. Okay, chat. No jokes. No memes aside, because by the way, I'm not memeing. I really do dislike Meatloaf. But anyone here is Meatloaf your absolute favorite? Not just like it. Is anyone here? Is it your absolute favorite? Because I suspect most people, it's not their favorite. They just like it or okay with it, right? But it's got to be really rare that it's your #1 dish, right? That cannot be frequent. Never had it, bless you. If it's done right, top 3. That's probably the best rep it's gonna get right there. Surprised at how many people have not had it. I guess it is kind of old-timey now, though, isn't it? I probably should have cast Guts there. Yeah, it is probably a bit old-timey, definitely, at this point. Let's see how much damage he can do here. Do that, alright. I love it, but ribs exist. Now you have to admit that's a hell of a, like, they're both meat, but that is so different, like in the way that they taste and are prepared, and like, man, that's a spectrum right there. Meatloaf to ribs. See, I'll take the ribs, thank you. I'm completely okay with ribs, but fuck off Meatloaf. I haven't had ribs in a long time, though, actually. But yeah, someone's saying they think Meatloaf is disgusting. That does not translate to, you know, fuck you for liking Meatloaf. And this is something I've seen with a lot of things in my life. If you don't like something, and then you articulate why, right? You make your case. You really explain why it is you don't like this thing. People take that general, like, well, not, I don't know about, it's a minority, I think still, but people take that personally pretty often, I find, right? Like if you're on the internet anyway, and you're talking about maybe an anime, then you really articulate the reason. You don't just say, hey, I don't like this thing. You really explain why you don't like this thing. A lot of people, there's more people, I'll put it that way, more people than if you just said I didn't like this thing will be upset with you if you really articulate it, right? You really explain your, which is dumb as hell to me. But yeah, I found that many times throughout my life that if you really explain like why you don't like something, that really gets people. Dude, I'm never gonna get over the background in this event looking like it's like wax jizz or something all over these buildings. Looks kind of silly. Oh, I might do some Elden Ring today. But you know, we're gonna play some FGO for now. Try to beat the event, maybe do the challenge quest, use the new units because we really haven't used them much. And now that like we have them and the temporary stuff is over, we can fuck around with some stuff. Check out Musashi's buff and all that. Let's see. Man, they really like making these stages. They're gonna waste your fucking time. Oh man, we gave him a permanent attack up. That actually might be bad. God, these stages are so lame. You probably don't want to kill her first though, because giving them that attack up forever. The thing is, in life, people are gonna have opinions. It just is what it is. And some people are gonna vehemently dislike, you know, things that you might like. And a great example for me is, you know, Elden Ring or Dark Souls and stuff. I love the PvP, man. I love it. The unique, you know, the uniqueness of blending the PvE with the PvP. They're being essentially victims, you know, that aren't PvPers, and then like the hunters that are the PvPers, but then the protectors, your phantoms and stuff. Right? I love that. That is so unique. It is so fun, and it's so, every time you invade, you have no idea what you're gonna get, right? It's just, the variety is insane. But some people fundamentally don't like it, right? I mean, fundamentally, they don't like it. And, you know, they think it sucks, right? And them explaining why they think it sucks and not liking to have to put up with it and all that kind of stuff, right? I don't agree with them, but it's not, I don't give a shit. I'm not like attacked because I like the PvP, right? And then here's an example. I've literally seen this. This is not a common or a rare thing you'll see. Is a lot of people that don't like the PvP in these games will say a lot of the people that do like the PvP in these games are just looking to like punch down and pick on newbies and stuff. And yeah, there are people like that, absolutely. Like, yeah, there's plenty of invaders that are like being toxic as fuck and, you know, being the most min-max setup ever, and they're always pointing down and like, you know, throwing the shit items at people and stuff like that. You know, they got this real ego thing going on. And they're just, you know, being miserable, right? Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, they're lame. Yeah, you know, that's just a truthful thing. You know, I love the PvP, but yeah, that definitely exists. Like, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, the whole ecosystem in the PvP is like what I love about it, like very much so. It's so unique. But yeah, part of that ecosystem is you've got some people that are outrageously lame, right? You know, complete dicks. Normally they're like super min-maxy, maybe even using cheat engine to like obtain stuff they shouldn't have and all these things, right? Yeah, they fucking suck. But then there's also these awesome people. Dude, I got invaded by a guy the other day named Edward Peach, by the way. And he had like the black beard and he had like pirate-looking clothes. And he was using the crossbow, shooting flame bolts and everything. This is hilarious, right? And you'll find people that, you know, are just good at the game, right? They're not assholes, you know, you gotta like chase the bro. You know, he'll whoop your ass, you know, he'll kill like 30 of you at once. But, you know, he's not a dick about it, right? There's plenty of people like that. Then there's people that will be an absolute dick about it, right? But then if you can kill those people, then it feels insanely good, right? Like, it's just that ecosystem is so much fun. And you have the blues, right? Some of the blues are idiots and they're worthless, right? Like, they're so bad and they'll just die for free and it's so frustrating. Then sometimes you get a blue that's like a dedicated blue that's got this great setup and like heals and all this stuff. And, you know, it's just, I love it, man. I absolutely love it. But yeah, I totally get that some people are going to hate it. And some of them have legitimate grievances. They absolutely do, right? Like, I can see why some people are like, yeah, I don't want to play with these people that are, you know, egotistical, punch down jackasses, right? You're not wrong for wanting to avoid that kind of environment, right? That's a reasonable thing. You know, I actually have seen Ganondorf a few times. Not a bunch, you know, not as much as Guts. Holy shit, not as much as Guts, but I have seen that. I think Ganondorf. Guts still just takes the cake, man. Not only do I see Guts the most, but you'll watch someone else's, you know, videos, Chase the Bro or Saint Riot or something, and you'll see someone named Guts that they invade all the time. You know, it just happens. I think less people, though, get upset about food because it's so well known, you know, how subjective it is. Because I'm just gonna say it, you know, subjectivity, it does not. This is what people like to say, right? And this is, as far as I say, this is like pansy stuff, because it's like wanting to censor the truth. They want people to say, well, if they don't like something, you should only say, well, I just don't like this thing, it's not for me, and then leave it alone and never talk about it again. No, that's stupid, right? If someone vehemently doesn't like Shakespeare and wants to make a 10-page essay and really dissect the reasons why they don't like Shakespeare, they can do that. And I find that shit interesting as hell, right? And actually, most people do, but they only when they agree with it, right? That's the thing. A lot of people only like it when it happens to align with them, but I don't see it that way. If someone, you know, I like Bach, right? I really like Bach. If someone vehemently dislikes Bach and they think Bach sucks, they can say that. That's fine. I'd rather they say the truth, that they think Bach sucks, opposed to like tempering it and hiding it and being like, he's not really my cup of tea, right? If he really doesn't like Bach, right? That's I would rather hear that, right? I don't need him to, you know, tone it down, right? Like, I just want the truth. People are allowed to be wrong. Yeah, there's that too. I do love Bach. But I'm sure there's some musicians that I don't like, and I could go into details why I don't like them that, you know, would go against the grain, you know? I think everyone has some opinions that they're gonna go against the grain, right? Everybody. But that gives life a lot of flavor, man. It's pretty important. You know, some AoE would be nice here, game. So I guess the burn ones will die on their own, so they're a lower priority. The thing is, I have seen people that like dislike. I mean, Jesus, a lot of people dislike FGO more than I do, because like I dislike aspects of it, but I like other aspects of it, right? And so overall, I still, you know, find fun in it, right? I still find things I can enjoy in it. But man, there's other people that don't. Not at all. They're like, man, fuck this game. It's so stupid. You know, fair enough. 13 enemies. Oh boy. Pretty sure she is single target. I haven't used her in so long. I'm kind of forgetting off the top. Yeah, she's single target. I remember when I was using her for like the 4-star tier list video now. Actually, even though I like aspects of FGO and I still get a lot of, you know, joy out of it, I would say FGO sucks overall. I think that's just a fair assessment of the situation. Now, even though it sucks, there's gems in it, right? There's like diamonds in the rough here that I really do like. You know, Ort, Lost Belt 5-2, you know, just the challenge quests, you know, I'd say, like, I don't know, maybe 70% of the time, I'd say the challenge quests are really fun. I do like Fate more than FGO. I am in the same camp with you on that one. I think a lot of people are in that camp. Actually, I think that is such a common take. That even though maybe they have some things in FGO they can still enjoy, I think a lot of people, like, yeah, I like Fate more than FGO. Though a lot of people got into Fate because of FGO. Right? Big time. Yeah, I think when FGO peaks, man, it peaks. Like, when it's good, it's real good. But it doesn't peak very often anymore. That is definitely how I feel about it. That articulates that quite accurately for me. FGO is a crap coated diamond, yeah. That's about right. Gotta admit though, chat, this Ashe guy, pretty cool though. Wouldn't it be nice if we had actual gameplay right now, right? Like, actually cared about the decisions that I was making right now. That'd be something. This is why I don't make videos for these fights, man. It's like, what's the point? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna win. No kidding. Stage 2 Ashe. Yeah, I love all of them. Oh god, the other Ashe, yeah. Now, here's the thing. I like the other Ashe too. I mean, she's awesome. It's just, oh my god, why did they make her target priority that way? You know, there are some Dynasty Warriors games that can actually be hard. Not very many, though. So, a big reason for me why I don't want to stop playing FGO is, like, I don't need to play it all the time. I can put it down, right? If they're not doing something cool, I can just not play it, not do that all the time, right? And so a lot of people are really all or nothing. They have to, like, really invest and be team FGO or team fuck FGO. And it's because of, like, FOMO, right? People just have a really hard time playing these games casually. I don't have a problem playing them casually at all. If I miss an event, fuck it. All right, I don't care. And here's a big part of why. Let's say they make Lost Belt 8, right? Obviously, that's probably not going to happen, but let's say they make Lost Belt 8. And there's a boss fight in Lost Belt 8. And that boss fight would be a lot easier if I had done an event that I skipped because it had a welfare that is really good in the fight, and that's like the most accessible unit that would help, or there was a command code in that stage or whatever. Now, if it was impossible to beat it without that thing, I'd be pissed off at the game. But that's never been the case. And anytime you have those unique challenges where it's like, man, this stage would be so easy if I had just done this, this, and this, but now it's not. But now it's like, it's go time, right? Now it's like round one, motherfucker, right? Like, I like that. So if my account has missed something and it's like, oh shit, and then the stage that's easy for everyone else is hard for me, that's awesome, right? Because when you beat it, it's like, yeah, fuck you guys, I beat it anyway, right? It's great. I absolutely love it. So I don't have any FOMO because of that at all. Because whatever I missed out on is not going to stop me from enjoying the game. It actually is likely to enhance it, right? And the thing about like Arknights, with a comparison here, is Arknights doesn't really even have FOMO anymore because now all their events, you know, get added to the game forever, right? So they don't even have it anymore. But Arknights was the same way. I didn't care, and I skipped all kinds of events. I played that game off and on like crazy. Language. I might offend someone. But Arknights, you know, I'd play massively off and on with huge gaps in it, and I'd be missing all kinds of stuff from events and whatnot. That never stopped my progression. Anytime I'd pop into the game, I could just work on the next main story I hadn't played yet. I didn't have to like farm an excessive amount at all. I just kept, and yeah, some stuff was harder for me because of that, but that was great. That made it memorable as fuck. That made it like a meaty, great single player experience. So, but yeah, this FOMO thing really gets people. I see this all of the time. They don't want to play FGO off and on because like, well, I'll miss these things. Who cares? Right? Like, because if you don't play it at all, then you're missing all of the things, right? And if you play it all the time, you're probably not gonna have fun. So just enjoy getting the stuff you get and using it, you know, in the story and that kind of thing, right? Like, just it's no big deal, man, right? The only time it would be a big deal is if like you literally had no units you liked at all. But I don't. That's like, get real. That's not the case, right? Like, get fucking real. That's not the case. My family friendly stream. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that died a long time ago. There's like a content warning on my stream, like adult content or whatever. Okay, and here's the good one, chat. I've seen this. I've seen this as a viewer. I've seen this as a streamer, right? And I've seen this in things that aren't even streaming related and like sharing on social media. This stuff exists. But let's say you are doing a boss fight in FGO or a stage in Arknights, and you're stuck, right? And I've seen plenty of streamers that get stuck on boss fights and stuff, right? Plenty of people have seen that. Now let's say they're stuck on a boss fight that was really easy for me, right? And I'm like, well, you know, I'm like really looking down on them in chat and stuff because they're struggling with this boss fight that I think should be easy because it was easy for me. You know what I'm doing? I'm exposing myself as a fucking idiot. That's all there is. You don't need to feel bad because people are shitting on you, because those people that are shitting on you are just exposing themselves as clowns. That's it. And this is where social media can kind of really warp people. And like this affects companies, man. Like, companies don't sometimes fuck up their barometer with this. Normal people a lot of times aren't going to say a lot. They're not going to communicate with you a lot, right? Because why are you going to get on Twitter and tell a company good job? You're not going to do that. You're gonna get on there and be mad. So this happens with games where like a game might put out a somewhat controversial update, be it an MMO or a Gacha game or whatever live service game. And most people like it, but most people then don't talk about it. And then the people that are angry go to Twitter and are like, fuck you. And then so the devs just see a whole bunch of fuck yous. But it's actually a tiny minority of people that are upset. And then they cater to that. This happens all the time. And this can very much happen with streams and just Discord, right? You don't have to be a streamer. You can like be sharing your experience on a Discord or something. And you're like, man, I'm stuck on this boss. Or, oh man, that boss was so hard for me back in the day. And all these people like look down and you're like, you found that boss hard? Snide face, right? One, they're either being sarcastic or they're being assholes, right? And so if you have a bunch of people acting that way, don't pander to it. And unfortunately, this affects people, right? I see like youngsters, they'll be part of a social group, and that social group is treating them very badly. And instead of them being like, yeah, you know what, fuck these guys, what a bunch of losers, they like try to impress these guys. They try to like modify their behavior so they don't get made fun of anymore. Don't do that, Jesus Christ. If you're stuck on a boss fight in FGO and there's a bunch of people making fun of you for it, those guys are lame. Oh, you know, and if they're like your friends, just, you know, yanking your chain or joking around, you know, that's fine. But, you know, people are unironically, you know, shitting on you because you're stuck in a stage in Arc Knights, or, you know, you don't have the units you need to do this thing, or what. Fuck them. They suck, right? Like, who cares? And here's a good example. You know, like, all these people getting mad at me about the Minturn thing, which, you know, again, I don't even remember saying anything about that, but, me not liking Minturning, who cares? Who the fuck am I? Right? Some guy, you know, streaming FGO on Twitch, like, wow. Boy, that's impressive, right? Like, who cares? If you like Minturning, Minturn. You know, fuck me, who cares? Like, Jesus, if you're having a good time with it, me thinking, you know, that unfavorably upon it that means absolutely nothing, right? That's absolutely no big. And I tell you what, let's say, I mean, I have friends that Minturn, but let's say I had a friend that liked Minturning, right? They were all about it, and I stopped associating with them because they Minturn. That makes me an asshole, dude. Right? Again, Lost, right, from our chat, Lost. You know, he likes some games I don't like. And some of them I really don't like. Like I really don't like Lost Ark. I could go on about a very long time about all the game design and things that game does that I just detest. I think that game fucking blows, right? Lost doesn't give a shit, right? We're still friends. I'll still hang out with him. We'll play other games. It's literally nothing, right? You know, it's not like Lost's game. It doesn't crumble in his hands because Green Man said it sucks, right? And again, this goes for all kinds of stuff, man. This goes for you know, the games you like, the food you like. You know, if you thought something was hard or easy, you know, like if I'm not going to associate with somebody for the sole reason that they struggled with like that ice spider, that first ice spider stage in Arc Knights. Like, no, if they're a cool person, I'm gonna like him anyway. And by the way, I struggled on that stage too. I think everybody did. Actually, which one was it? Because there's like that one. I can't remember the numbers, right? There was like that first Arc Knight stage with the fire spiders. Yes, then 610. I remember one of those two actually wasn't that hard for me. I want to say it was 610 though. That did take me a second. That one did take a minute. Yeah, I think it was the ice spider one. Yeah, I think it's 610. But dude, if someone's being like snide about that stuff, man, like, fuck off, dude. And I feel very passionately about this. And again, even about the things I don't like. Like if you like building models, right? And someone's like, man, models are lame, right? I think, you know, you know, that's, you know, I think I like sports, right? That's fine that they like sports and don't like models, right? But if you like models, don't let that warp your opinion of it, right? If he makes like his points as to why he think models are lame, like they're slow to make and like the plastic and is annoying and all that stuff. If you're not sold by those points, then if you're not convinced by them, you're not convinced by them. Right, there you go. Models are great, by the way. I do enjoy my models from time to time. Yeah, that's a big thing. A real friend is someone that will like you regardless of if all your interests align or not, right? Like you're playing Epic 7, he's playing FGO, and you're still friends, right? That's an actual friend. If you feel like, and I know this because I was born into a cult, if you're in a social environment where you feel like you can't be yourself and you have to follow a dogma, like keep these people around you, that's cult-like behavior. You know, it may not be a full-blown cult, but it's a cult-like behavior. Yeah, I was born into a cult. I got out of it, thankfully, fairly young, so it didn't affect me maybe as much as some of my other family members. But it was fucked. Like, if you questioned the dogma, you get ostracized. If, like, let's say you had, and this happened, if you had a family where, like, their kid questioned it or left, they would want the families that are still in to ostracize them, and it happened, right? They thought that's healthy, right? Like if your kid isn't part of the cult anymore, then the family should cut them off, right? And they did these, like, you got like your monthly evaluation where they would come to your house and like make sure you're living your life in accordance to their guidelines. And yeah, and they would massively they would massively like incentivize you only had like good social ties to them, right? So you're reliant on them, so you're scared of losing them, right? And that's how it works. Now I'm not saying all like discords and shit like that are cults, of course not, but because they're not having monthly checkups and they're not doing shit like that. But there are friend groups and social media groups and stuff that do have cult-like tendencies, like the your friendship is like based on you're following the dogma, right? So if you don't follow the dogma, you're out, right? That kind of thing. That is cult-like behavior. Now that doesn't make you a full-on cult, of course not, but that is cult-like behavior. And yeah, if you find your friend group or whatever it is, all things are conditional to an extreme, right? If you become a psychopathic murderer, people are probably going to stop being your friends. Obviously, right? So all things have some degree of condition. But if it's like they're only friends with you because you specifically like this game or this band or this fandom or whatever, that's not healthy. That's not friendship. Yeah, it's tribalism. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of people have fucked up childhoods, right? Let's be honest. That just is kind of the way of it. But hey, I got out of it, so. What was really funny is why a lot of my family got out of it eventually. Not all of it, but I think I would have gotten out of it no matter what, because I had even at a very young age, I was like, man, this is sus, and I just didn't buy a lot of the like dogma. Like I just didn't, right? So I think I would have gotten out of it eventually no matter what, but I think it would have been bad for me the longer I stayed in. But I think a lot of my family never would have gotten out of it if this didn't happen. One of the leaders sexually harassed someone in my family, and when my family brought that to the other leader's attention, they just wanted to sweep it under the rug, right? They didn't want to really do anything about it. And so yeah, that got my family to leave, or most of it, not actually the whole family, but it got most of the family to leave. And what's fucked up, I might be wrong because it was a long time ago, and I don't really have any social ties to them whatsoever. I'd have to like ask someone in my family that maybe remembers better or just was closer. I think when we left, they like lied to the rest of the cult, right? That they didn't bring up what happened, right? They're just like, oh yeah, we're non-believers, shun, that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure they did that. They never mentioned, oh yeah, they left because one of our leaders, was very wrong, put it that way. So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how they framed it. Yeah, that shit's fucked, man. But yeah, thankfully, I was decently young, so I didn't get affected by it too much. But yeah, you see that kind of behavior, man, like all the time, where it's like people feel like they can only exist in this environment if they like play the chameleon, right? And if you feel that way, man, find a different friend group, man. It's not worth it. That's my 2 cents anyway. Yeah, of course they wouldn't admit that, really. But yeah, it just kind of shows the hypocrisy, the evil, and whatnot. Yeah, I know it's hard to make friends these days. It really is. I'm lucky to have the friends that I have. I mean, a good way to find friends is common interests. Abso-fucking-lutely, right? It's just you want to be able to make friendships with them that can go beyond those common interests that you made those ties with, right? I think that's the objective. And in the modern world, it can be hard to find close friends, especially once people get out of school and stuff. And that's why they go to online stuff. And that's fine, right? If you find good friends online, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, it's tough. I think it's super tough. But a really important part about making good friendships is you have to be able to be authentic, right? And so you have to be to find good friends, you have to be willing to get like burned some, right? Like you're gonna have a bunch of people like not want to be friends with you. When you show your authentic self, you're gonna have a lot of people that don't want to be close friends with you. But you have to get through that to find the people that really click with you, because otherwise you're gonna pass them by and they won't know that you're the type of person that they really like. They won't notice, right? Because you're hiding it. So it is kind of cliche, but it's just the fucking truth, man. Like you just gotta be yourself. I know that's like the most generic ass advice people always give, but it's the damn truth, right? If you're not, you're gonna be yourself. That your best buddy is gonna walk by and have no idea that you got a bunch of stuff in common. Be yourself, yeah. Yeah, the big thing is, like, you gotta have some common interest, right? And it's specifically being this exact game or this exact band or whatever. That's not healthy. But like, if you're all into video games in general, that's pretty normal. Or you're into sports activities in general, that's fine. But you also have to like each other just as a person, right? You have to like their personality traits, right? You need to find someone that isn't obnoxious to you, right? Yeah, if you look, this is kind of creepy. It's like all clones of her, right? And they're like making up the tree. It's kind of yikes. So, do we know if the count is going to be in OC2? Because that would kind of make sense if they do that off of this. No confirmation, so I guess we don't know too much yet. I've only really skimmed through this story. It's just, I'm not really that interested, honestly, so. I love them using the Bull of Heaven sprite for this. I'm pretty sure you only have to break one bar here. And I don't think it even matters which one. Oh, Pierce of Vulnerability, though. This would be a real fight, though. Holy shit, if they did it differently. Like, that's a lot of stats, it's a lot of break bars. Alas, it is a lie. You might actually have to break her bar. I really don't remember here. We'll find out. If I break this one, it doesn't work. I should have enough value left over. Yeah, I know, they didn't even recolor it. Unfortunate. This, honestly, the real reason I'm annoyed right now, I mean, obviously, I want people to get stuff that they like, and I want quality all around, but the quality slipping so hard in these last few years makes me worried that Fate Strange Fake... Oh, I guess you can't break that one, so I guess I'm supposed to break her bar. Whoops. Anyway, with the quality slipping so much these days, now I think Fate Strange Fake, you know, one of my favorite Fate stories, is going to get this subpar treatment. Right, and that blows. I don't want that to come to pass, but it does kind of seem like that's where we're going here. That'll do. Like, holy shit, dude! If these treat Fate Strange Fake like this, like, I mean, dude, they're not giving us almost any of the servants from Fate Samurai Remnant, right? They're giving us the Saber. Obviously, that was before the event, but we still got the character. You get the main character, although that's not a servant. It makes sense to make the main character, you know, a character. That's fine. And that's pretty much it, right? Because then they made another master into a servant, but there weren't like, and then Raiko here is really, this is not like hyperbolic. This is not the character from Fate Samurai Remnant. It's canonically not, as in it's like she's not from the same universe or world or whatever. It's a different fucking character. They have a different design, and they're a different class. So it's just not the character, right? Like, it's not the same design, not the same like character in lore, right? And not the same class, right? So it's just a new thing, right? And that's it. That's all we got, right? It's like we didn't get any of the goddamn servants other than the Saber, right? Like, what the fuck? So I don't want Fate Strange Fake to come along and they're like, we're gonna make like Zealot's Master a servant, and then we'll make a completely different version of Richard, and yeah, that's what you're like. that blows. Right, that absolutely blows. So yeah, I don't want that to happen. So I'm hoping they, improve as time goes on here, but I think I'm on copium at this point. Yeah, they make like Ayaka a servant, and then make an alternate version of like Pence sister, and then add like one, servant that's actually in, right? Like that's pretty much, that's what they did. So yeah, that's straight up what they did. Now, of course, they could add Samurai Remnant stuff, over time, right? So they may just add those things later. So we'll just see. And let's obviously, because so with Samurai Remnant, the cast isn't like that big, so they could have added a lot of it now if they had really put effort into it. Maybe not all of it, but they certainly could have added a nice chunk where they barely added anything here. But with Face Range Fake, you are not, unless they just break the bank and go like high. Well, you wouldn't have to break the bank. Let's be realistic here. They could hire an entirely second development team, and that would not break the bank. But you get what I mean. They'd have to go like bizarrely above and beyond, not business standard above and beyond, if they wanted to add the entire Fate Strange Fake like servant cast at once, right? That's not happening. Now they need to add a good chunk, right, in the collab if they do one. But you're gonna have to do like APOC and add a little here and there, and whatnot. Clearly, I mean, obviously, it's the biggest cast I think, other than maybe Requiem. But actually, I think it really is a bigger cast than Requiem, because Requiem, most of the cast are like cliff notes, right? They're not actually like a meaningful part of the story, right? They have no screen time. They're there and then gone, right? Where Fate Strange Fake has a very large roster that's active. So I'd say it's fair to say it's the biggest cast. Because Requiem, it's mostly like cameos and stuff. Also, Requiem is like dead. Oh, speaking of which, Fate Strange Fake has the next book coming out March. So pretty soon. That's really exciting. I guess I can't do any of these missions that are left until I get farther in the story. I like how every mission I unlocked there, though, I'd already done. That's kind of funny. I'll take it, though. Requiem is having a Requiem for itself, absolutely. I think this song is looping here. But yeah, once he got out of the hospital, man, he started writing, dude. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I will say, that last volume, though, I was not crazy about. So we'll see, what he does with it. I think I'm not sure there's ever a fight that you have to actually beat, like where you have to do all the break bars. I think they all end early. I'm not 100% sure on that though. You know what? Let's have some fun with our Spindo here. I don't use him as much as I should. I don't even know why. He's awesome. Let's see. I need to get you on this account. I guess I got Summer you, but I always prefer the more like, normal designs for a character, so. Oh no, chat. I've insulted people that think wearing swimsuits in winter is normal. Brace for impact. Please send your angry letters to my feedback account, Cairo Shoot. I guess 2030 is fine. Oh, good you. Let's get another Berserker in here. Do I have a Jerker? Yeah. And then, speaking of wearing a swimsuit, there's always MASH or some such. Nothing like the self-Sanson. Alright, I'll bring Atlas because I have no idea if there's debuffs. Of course I'm not allowed to have fun. Let me guess, I can't move her in the back. And he has to be in the front. I'm so triggered right now. Yep. Oh, God. Why? And let me guess, you can't use the switch Mystic Code either. Because that's what you used to be able to do back in the day. Then they were just like, oh, no. See, now I basically can't use him because like without a support, it's not really worth it. It's so stupid. I guess I'll put him here. See, now I should do that. Oh, it's so fucking lame, dude. I was looking forward to that for like 5 seconds. This is pretty whack. She looks so weird in this stage. It's like Dr. Seuss horns. What the fuck is her hair? Yeah, it's hair horns that are barely connected. I hate it. Oh, she's got sure hit all the time. Probably gets invulnerability or something. Why not do that in the cutscene? This is so Dr. Seuss. Five hit. See, this is so much better than if I brought Pierce vulnerability, but whatever. Maybe not the best use of Waver there, but Waver Star Jin Go. Are the floating arms from her armor, I guess? Oh, I'm not really paying attention. I mean, they're coming from her hips. So yeah, it's like robot arms attached to her hips for some reason. Yeah, Whoville, yeah, definitely that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't think I'm alone in my my feelings about the hair there, like kind of looking like that. So I gotta hit it one time here. She's pretty popular though, so I mean, good for them. Yeah, I don't like his art style in general. It's very divisive though. There's loads of people that love it, loads of people that hate it. You know, it's just one of those things. I'd actually say his art is probably the most divisive though, where it's like it's so common to find people that love it, right? It's like it's so common, but it's also very common to find people that don't like it. Kind of like Shiro, right? It's really common to find people that think Shiro's an idiot and they don't like him as a main character, but there's so many people that are like Shiro's my hero, etc., etc. So yeah, it's just one of those like controversial things, I suppose. And then a very common take you'll have with like Columbus, for example, is loads of people, and I'm kind of in this camp too, where it's like, it looks awesome in a vacuum, but it was so out of place in FGO, it's kind of weird. You know, Atalante is kind of like that and stuff like that. Yeah, I think Columbus's art style does look really good, but I do think it's really out of place. It's called Nuance. Are we dead? Yep. That kind of sucks because I had the NP there, so we could have done a bunch of damage. And this thing's just hanging out at 8k. One health, excuse me. I like how like cheap that was, because like if I knew that was going to happen, I would have just used the evade, right? Whatever, game. This thing just alive at 1 HP though is irking me. There's just no way you're gonna be able to. That's where having a unit like Ogla, right, with the AoE normal attacks would be super helpful. Not much of a crit chance there. I would like a crit game. Give me a crit. Tez was eh. I didn't like the art style. I really don't like the art style. Although I've looked at that artist, like a manga they made, and that art style, like, works a lot better there because the whole story is kind of like synced up to match it, right? And the whole aesthetic of the manga, and it's not so bad. But yeah, I did not like it in FGO, and as a character, he's okay. Not really my cup of tea though. I do like his boss music though, just because it fits the moment really well. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a song that is meant to be an FGO, right? It feels like a song that's meant for that specific moment, right? Even if it's out of place with the rest of the soundtrack, and that's fine. Please don't kill my horse. Look at all those attack ups. There we go. %, by the way. Actually, fuck it, I'll do that just for the damage. Not that I got much damage off of it, actually. Let's see if we can just... Oh, yeah, we're gonna win here. Good old sea fish. Dude, that looks so whack. I don't think they wanted you to see from that angle. That's almost a boss fight. I mean, it really isn't. Like, even with pure 1 to 3 stars, it's gonna be super easy. But I like how they forced you to bring those units, and I didn't even use them because he just died to the quick charge gimmick. This is completely pointless. Chat, I think there's something, you know, coming for Armored Core 6, be it an expansion, a sequel, you know, DLC, whatever. I'm sure they'll do something more with Armored Core, and that means more music. And a lot of times when they do like little expansions, they really put in some music. Like Verdict Day had like a DLC that added a bunch of music and stuff, so kind of excited for that. Can you imagine if Armored Core got a DLC before Elden Ring? Oh, people would be so mad. I wouldn't be mad, and it's not because I like Armored Core or anything. It's just that there's such different games. Like, obviously, Elden Ring needs a lot of time to cook. Like, they have to, right? They can't just put out like a little, you know, dungeon or something. You know, they have to. It has to have the scale, right? Because it's an open world game and all that. So the DLC has to take a long time. It just has to. Otherwise, it's gonna suck. Well, not necessarily suck, but I don't think it would meet expectations. Put it that way. Where Armored Core, you could do stuff for it, you know, a lot easier. So, I do think though we're getting pretty soon to Elden Ring information. God, we're almost done with this event. What a slog. I'm guessing I have to bring him again. Yes, I do. Of course. We'll just why didn't you just leave my team the way it was then let me adjust what I want to adjust? That would be so much faster. God damn it, game. Just throw a bunch of riders in the back. It'll be fine. Where's the Ushinator? There we are. Man, I guess Alex, I don't know. None of that was, like my options there weren't so good. Use Tiamat. Yeah, we really don't use her much. I need to get her skills up. Oh, so we kind of have a team cost problem here. I do need to use Tiamat more though, because this is the only account that has her. I don't have her on my main, so. Alright, fine. You know what? We'll just... Tiamat makes so little sense here though, but we'll do it anyway. With the 5-4-5. Someone has to die though, because I mean I could do that. Fuck it, I'll do that. Whatever. Alright, who needs logic? Oh yeah, that's not happening. Look, we'll just go with this. God, Tiamat is so bad when her skills are scuffed, though. She's so much better when you're 10-10-10, the way her cooldowns work. So chat, this is wild. I didn't stream yesterday, and that's pretty normal because, Friday, I go to the doctor and everything. But, I slept, like, worse than normal. So I went to bed, I slept for, like, 2 hours. And then, like, a car outside, like, just... I don't know what they did, but they made so much fucking noise, and it woke me up. And then my allergies went insane. Just absolutely insane. And so I just sat there for hours and hours, and then I finally went back to sleep for an hour, and then I had to wake up to go to the doctor. So I had 2 hours of sleep, massive break, and then an hour of sleep. That was it. So 3 hours of sleep, it spread out, so it was awful. I felt like absolute garbage. And then I came home, did some real life stuff, and then I went to bed, and I slept for like an hour and a half. And then during that hour and a half, this is the wild part. It felt like I was asleep for eternity, man. I just had like this, it just felt like I was dreaming forever. Even though the only thing I can remember from like the one dream that I had was super like just brief. But it just felt like I was asleep for ages, right? And then I woke up and it was only be like an hour and like 20 minutes or something. And all I remembered, right, for this long, endless sleep was my brain it was just Meatloaf from Elden Ring in his second stage doing the like flip laser beam over and over again, which is so weird. I don't normally dream about video games anyway, and I actually don't normally dream at all. That's why this is so weird, is I don't normally dream at all, right? Or I don't remember it, right? That's the thing. Everyone dreams, you just don't remember it. And so it's just so fucking random that I have like this endless sleep, and I'm just thinking of fucking Meatloaf doing his flip laser beam, jump thing, like just endlessly. I was just like, what the fuck was that? And I hadn't even played Elden Ring. I was so tired. But that was funny. Meatloaf lives free in your head, apparently. I didn't even know. Oh, that was funny. Meatloaf's pretty badass, though. I actually think like Meatloaf and Radigan is like the hardest fight in Elden Ring in terms of mechanics. Everyone's like Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is only hard because of like one cheap thing that's really hard to deal with, and because her stats are high, right? It's not like if you have to play where everything in the game can one-shot you. I think Meatloaf and Radigan are just the hardest by a mile, because they have just so many like generic or normal attacks that can just tap you and you're fucked, right? Miscellaneous is not like that at all. Like most of her attacks are actually pretty easy. But yeah, Meatloaf's a fucking nightmare, dude. Like Jesus, especially if you're not overstatting him. That's the thing about Miscellaneous, is she's hard to overstat. I think that's why she's like the big shot for most people. Chat, I can't remember which skill is which with her. It's been so long since I've used her. I gotta look this up. I'm glad I have her, right, like on a account. It'd be lame if I didn't have her at all, but yeah, she's so scuffed, man. All right, let's see. What the hell? Which one is which? All right, the first one is the NP one. But because it's not max rank, I can't actually NP. Oh, I forgot you even fought a tree in this. It's because it's not very hard. Yeah, I forgot there was a tree fight. But this is like nothing like even Lost Belt 1's tree fight, right? Which is not the hardest, but like those are all way harder than this. But yeah, it kind of just is what it is. Guard, how dare you? Let's see. I could Buster Chain, but we'll grab the NP here. I actually don't fight Meatloaf a lot though, because he's not normally that necessary to like set up a PvP character. It depends on like what you need, but it actually says in his item descriptions that every single demigod fears Meatloaf with no exceptions, right? So that means Melania and Rodon, right? Even they are like, nope, not fighting that shit. But I'm not surprised. Yeah, we're really getting these break bars at awkward amounts here. That's a decent amount of damage for a kind of filler boss. Chad, I really dislike, though, like, I truly dislike how so many of the stages now are so easy. Like, in events, there's just never any content worth, it's not worth making a video over. I hate that. I love making videos. I love it, right? I video editing is like just my favorite thing, right? I love doing it. I've never felt even slightly burnt out on making FGO videos. Some people think, like, I've seen this a lot. People think I'm like burnt out because I'm not making as many videos. Not at all. I'm over here like, where is the freaking content so I can make a video of, right? Because this is a waste of time, right? This fight, if I made a video out of this, it's just a joke, right? Like, it's just a complete waste of time. This is like standard now, where like very few stages are actually interesting, right? It's super rare. I hate that, man. I absolutely hate that. I want the good shit. You know, I could have done a meme like that, and I don't think you can though, because I think Iori, I think is like you can't switch Mystic Code and all that. Let me check. I didn't really pay attention. No, it looks like you can Shin-Gong them, but you'd have to Shin-Gong both. It'd be annoying. But yeah, I could have done something memey like that. But even when I make jokes like that, I prefer it to be against content that matters. Normally. But yeah, I could have done something like that. I kind of gave up on this event because so many of the events forced you to bring units, and like some of them you couldn't even use the switch Mystic Code and stuff. So I was just like, I'm just not gonna bother. I'd have to like, I'd have to reach so much to try to make anything worth a damn, and I'm like, I'd rather just wait. I'll just wait, and when they got something I care about, I'll do it then. And I'm sure the main story will give me stuff to do. Yeah, that's actually one of my biggest sadnesses with the game, is just the fact that I can't find content that I think is interesting to make a video on. You know, I really haven't worked on the Karna experience video. I really should do that, actually. That would be something to do. I've got some ideas for it, like, absolutely. And generally having a few base ideas is what makes it like easier to make the video and stuff. So I need to do that. Here's the thing, though. It's the same thing. A part of it is it's hard for me to find content just to use. Now, obviously, the experience videos are really different, right? You don't like have like you're not like following what I'm doing turn to turn, right? That's just not the type of video it is. But I still need a canvas, right, to use the units in, right, if you will. And yeah, it's hard to do that, right? I need something to, you know, do. But yeah, that's a good idea. I really should make that. I was actually just thinking last night, like, I really want to make something, right? All these people like trying to get me to quit FGO and all that shit. That just makes me want to make more videos, honestly. So yeah, I want to make something good though, right? But yeah, maybe that's the one. I've got some ideas. The main thing is, it's just, okay, so normal videos aren't, you know, I like making, and I can kind of slot them into a time frame, right? Like, I know how much time I need to put into it to make it happen. But when it comes to like experience videos and meme stuff, or things where I might have to do creative edits that I've never done before or whatever, I have no idea how long that's gonna take. And it's hard to schedule it with like a lot of the real life stuff I'm doing right now. Like, I'm trying to retire. I've said this, I'm trying to retire, and I'm close to being able to do it. I just have to do a lot of stuff. And it's just hard to find the time to like really do like the edits that I want. But it'll happen. And if I retire, then I'll just be editing all the time. So that'll be great. I don't know why I'm clearing that debuff. It doesn't even matter here. How much damage are we gonna do with this thing having all that defense up? But yeah, this fight right here, I should have made a video on, though, to be honest. I think every other fight is not worth it at all. But this fight, I could probably have made interesting, at least to some extent. And it is kind of story relevant, and, you know, you can kind of have your NA viewers kind of catch up on the whole weird tree thing and all that. But, yeah, I kind of just didn't even think about it. I'm okay with waiting, though. Like, you know, I'm not stressing about, like, growing my channel or any of that. You know, it's like doing what I'm doing, it kind of makes me fall off, but that's okay, right? I've been enjoying this like stealth status. It's been much nicer, honestly. Triple defense up. Boy, I probably should have like used my invulnerability or something. That might have been a good play there, but yeah, I really wasn't paying attention. It's fine. I wasn't even using a rider against a caster, for crying out loud. Although all this defense up, we might still do no damage. Really need a command code here. I'm guessing it gets defense up every turn or something. Honestly, I don't think I fell off. I think my channel is fallen off, but that's fine. I mean, a good chunk of that was intentional. But like, I think I'm pretty much as sharp as ever. I think I make as good edits as ever. Like, I think I'm still on top of my game. FGO did fall off. Yeah, there's that too. That did happen. But yeah, I don't make nearly as much content as I used to. But I'm looking for it, right? We'll find our times. It's like all those people like insulting me and telling me I should quit the game and everything. All that does is like really motivate me to not. It's kind of funny. But I've said this before. I've never even thought about quitting FGO. The flaws are you know, are atrocious, and I don't like them. But you know, I like the main story, boss fights and stuff, and the units and all that enough that yeah, I can put up with it. Now I'll tell you what though, I couldn't play it as like my main game. Right, it's like the only game I'm playing all the time. No way. Oh, absolutely not. I could not do that. And I think that's why some people kind of get stuck on it, because it has to be either their main game or not at all, right? That's how a lot of people see it, and or some people see it, but not, you know, I'm not like that. You know, I'm okay with like, you know, my day-to-day if I'm playing Elden Ring or if I'm playing Arc Knights or, you know, not a video game at all or whatever. That's fine. I don't need to play FGO all the time. But I don't have like that FOMO where that makes me want to quit. I'm okay with just chilling, and when it's doing something worthy, I'll play it. Yeah, the only FGO videos, and I don't really keep up with it much anymore, but when I was seeing most of the FGO videos that do well these days are just clickbait and like informational stuff about like a new unit, you know, showing off a new NP, showing off a new unit, which doesn't make sense. Of course, people want to see that. But yeah, more like just typical FGO content. It's no one really cares anymore. I don't really blame them. I mean, it's like I get a lot of people just don't, you know, the player base has shrunk. Especially the English-speaking player base has shrunk massively. The JP-speaking player base has shrunk as well, but not as much. It's still pretty big in Japan. And actually, I know a lot of content creators. You know, they basically try to get the attention of the JP player base now, right? Like that's very common, and I don't blame them, right? You kind of need to do that if you wanted to, you know, get big views and stuff. You know, is blank a meta-defining unit? And like, look, can they farm it? Is this the new meta? Don't miss this banner and blah 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 blah, and just trying to and. You see a lot of like people trying to make something seem like it's a big deal when it's not. That's the shtick right now, is through your thumbnail and title and everything. And this is not unique to FGO, right? This is a lot of things. Is try to make it look like there's something big, you know, some big development. So look how this crazy development in FGO right now, and it's not. It's just some like throwaway content, like some joke boss fight that you're gonna beat, you know, with your eyes closed, or it's just, you know, Castoria looping or whatever the fuck, right? It's nothing new. And it's because people, they want the clout, they want the views, right? They want the stuff, but like FGO just doesn't have anything to hold on to right now, really, right? There's not much to. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about this. Yeah, they'd be like, oh yeah, Masashi's totally gone, and then okay, actually she's not, but now she's totally gone. But yeah, it's like the last remnant of data loss that somehow is been in like the void still, and but then it's gone after this, so it's like, well, why was this even here, right? It's a little silly. But rip Masashi fans. I guess NP gain is fine, although I want a little bit of damage. Split the difference. The Samurai's Remnant, yep. Yep, I've seen that. I've definitely, you don't brick your account. Don't make these mistakes. Make sure you do this, right? Yeah, it's just, again, it's like, I'm making fun of it. These are not personal attacks. You have to be able to, like, you have to be able to laugh at yourself with this kind of stuff, right? Right, if people want to play the YouTube game, they can play the YouTube game, but when you take it so seriously and act like it's not clickbait, I mean, you're just being delusional. Of course it's fucking clickbait. That's not like a crime against humanity. You didn't murder a child because you did clickbait, right? Like, relax. A permanent account damage. It's because they know though people have FOMO. People have this fear of permanent account damage, right? So if you make videos, you know, kind of pandering to that, it's gonna get attention. That's one of the many reasons why though I stopped like streaming my roles on my main, and I don't make videos like that. I just don't want to. I'm not gonna enjoy making videos like that and pandering to that stupid audience, right? I don't want to attract that. You know, like the people that are looking for Gacha salt and all that. I don't want to attract that. It's not worth it. I'd much rather have like, you know, a little corner, you know, in the internet here that's, you know, stuff I care about. I'd much rather make a video that I care about than what I think's gonna be popular. And sometimes they coincide, right? That's fine. It's like, you know, I don't make a video for every new welfare. I generally make a video for a welfare that I like, or if I think it's like maybe something that my viewers are going to be extra interested in and whatnot. But yeah, I mostly make videos that that's always been my motivation. I never intended to be like, you know, a staple FGO content creator, right? I never intended for that to happen. I don't really, it doesn't matter to me. 100%, I'm sure some people are going to think I'm lying. The reason I started making FGO videos was because I thought when I fought Gwen on my ult account with low stars, it was really fun, and I wanted to be able to remember these boss fights because there was no story replay. Right? Even back then, I was like, wow, this is really dumb. There's no story replay. And so like, I'll make videos to remember this fight because I really enjoyed this. And like Fate, so I still do this. I make videos I want to see. That's just all it is. I just make videos that I want to see, right? And before FGO, I did that with like Vandictus and stuff, right? I'd do a boss fight that I loved and, you know, do the music and stuff to make it extra nice. And just so I could remember that boss fight, right? When Vandictus is gone. Or now Vandictus has just changed so much, it's basically gone. Right, that's always been my motivation and stuff. And my motivation has changed a bit because now I do have an audience that isn't, you know, some of my audience are just passerbyers that are just like, you know, interested in the information or the, you know, the new unit or whatever. But then I have an audience of like, you know, a core audience that I get along with and I like, and they, you know, I want to make stuff that they find entertaining, you know, like the experience videos and stuff like that, right? So that has changed my motivation some. But yeah, I mean, if people want to chase clout, they can, and I think there's a right and wrong way to do that, right? So this simple act of wanting clout, I don't think is bad, right? I don't. It is what it is, though, right? If someone is like trying to manipulate their perception, right, to get clout, that is what they're doing, right? There's no point in denying that. But there are ways to try to get clout that are, you know, not slimy. They're not disingenuous to people. You're not trying to manipulate people. You're not trying to use people, right? But then there's clout chasers that are just desperate, man, right? They're desperate for attention, makes them do things that are really unreasonable or unkind or you know, whatever the fuck, right? That's the kind of clout chasing that I think is worthy of mockery. Just the mere act though of clout chasing, I don't think is actually that big of a deal. Now, you know, it's not how I want to do it. I would much rather just do something else. If I had to sustain myself, if I felt like my channel wasn't worth running, if I didn't have like a lot of attention, I would be so miserable, right? Like trying to do what you need to do to always get attention on your channel. I would fucking hate it. A lot of people don't realize this because I've been accused of being a clout chaser. It's just kind of silly. Because like, oh, he's only playing FGO for clout, which that's just insanity. Who the fuck plays FGO for clout? Like, are you kidding me? Like, you play Genshin or something if you're wanting to like sell out to a game. But it's like before FGO, I made the style of videos that I make for FGO for Vandictus. right? And I had a YouTube channel before this one for a long time. And same thing, I just made these kinds of videos for other things, and I got like 100 viewers, and I did this for years, and I didn't care. I loved it, and I still love it. I just like editing. It just is what it is, right? I don't need 1,000 views, right? I don't need 10,000 views. I don't need 100,000. I literally made videos for like 40 people that like subscribe to me, and I did that for a long time. And if I go back to doing that, I'm gonna be totally okay with that. And especially now that I'm getting ready to retire potentially. Who gives a fuck? Now, other people may not feel that way, and that's fine. You don't have to be like me, right? You don't have to be happy with 300 viewers, right? If you want to, grow a channel and like make it a business and feel successful and all that, that's fine, right? That is not for me though, right? Where I draw the line is like when people are lying, because this is a big one actually. It's the not being authentic. And so a lot of viewers, and people know this, a lot of viewers don't, something about someone that is blatantly trying to get to be successful, is clout chasing, if you will. They inherently don't like it. And I don't actually think that's fair, right? Now, I think certain types of clout chasing are bad and should be scoffed at. But I think someone trying to make it big on YouTube or whatever, inherently, I don't think that's bad at all. But a lot of viewers find it, if someone's trying really hard to be successful, they find it inauthentic and they don't like it. People en masse don't like, especially on YouTube, they don't like unauthentic things. The big draw, I guess, to YouTube is that more like grounded, personal connection, normal guy just talking to his camera or whatever. It depends on the content, right? Especially with this new age stuff, like what the Zoomers watch is very different. But anyway, a lot of people don't like that. They feel like if someone's clout chasing, they're not authentic, right? And that can be true. That's the thing. It can be true. But that's where like hiding it, I think, is where it's like really inauthentic. If someone is like, yeah, I want to grow my channel, I want to get a lot of views, I want to make content that people really like, I think that's fine. It's when people are like, oh no, I'm not trying to draw attention to myself, right? And then they blatantly are, right? That's just really inauthentic, and I think that turns people off, right? And I'll say even for myself, even though my main objective isn't to grow my channel and it's to make videos that I like, I'm not mad when one of my videos gets a lot of views. Of course not. Well, there's been a couple of times where, I attracted an audience I didn't want. But like, I remember I had my original, NP video that I got taken down. That had almost 1 million views before I got taken down. And then I put it back up, right, and would like change the music and stuff, and then now it's got like 5,000 views. So that was kind of smited a bit, but it's not that big of a deal. But I thought that was cool. I definitely liked that. That made me feel good, right? I was happy to see like a video of mine do that well, right? So it's not like I'm like I don't want it to have a video do well, but I'm not. If my driving force for making videos is just to make it do well, I'm not going to enjoy it anymore, right? And then they probably won't do well because of that. Like if I'm always having to make like these clickbaity titles and make videos for units I don't even like, I'm just gonna be miserable, right? And I just don't want to do that. I just absolutely don't want to do that. Now, see, some people, they don't mind it. They don't mind looking for what's popular and making videos based around, that kind of stuff, and that's fine, right? And especially as long as they're honest about it, and like, yeah, I want to grow my channel and stuff. That's great, no problem. But yeah, I think people really dislike the inauthenticity of someone that is blatantly clout chasing. And it's like, no, I'm not clout chasing, right? That's just, people don't like that. But because of that, that makes a lot of people be like, oh no, I'm not clout chasing, when they are, right? When you should just be honest about it, and I don't think anyone's gonna care. Let's see. And I will say, when I first started making my channel, for a while, I did want it to grow, like when it already was growing. Like at first, it just surprised me, and I didn't know what to do, what was even happening. And for a little while, I did kind of, want to like, oh, do better. And then what little of that I did, I was like, oh, no, I don't like this. And then I was like, nope, I'm just gonna keep doing the stuff that I like, that I have a passion for, and then fuck the rest of it. All right, this is just a farming stage. I think, isn't this Vertra? This was so easy for me to 3-turn on my main account, but I have a feeling it's actually gonna be hard on my ult here, because my main account's got Mordred and Lancelot and all that. So this was super easy for my ult. I look for someone's got a CE here. I'll do. I have to do this a few times and then we get the challenge quest. All right, we're almost done, chat. Let's see, she's all right. I guess I can do that. Then I can do waiver. My audience would never let me do that kind of typical style of content. Because like I attract the people that don't like that content, right? And some people do like that content, and they don't generally watch me, right? So it's like I would be betraying my audience so hard if I did that, because like that's a lot of them watch me specifically because I don't do that stuff. So then that would just make no sense. Like, and why watch me do that when you could watch someone else do it better, right? Like literally, why watch me do it, right? That doesn't make any sense. The only thing I could offer, I think, in that kind of field that would be even remotely unique is like doing as close to that kind of stuff as you can while maintaining like free to play stuff, right? Because I am free to play. I'm not whaling. I don't have all the meta supports and stuff, so like building around that, I guess that could be useful for some people. Actually, I'm sure plenty of people are in that same situation actually, but I can't be fucking bothered, so it's not going to happen. Gwaine might need more oomph than this. Oh yeah, because I rolled for some Musashi, we actually have Vinci's. I forgot about that. You don't need them though. By the time you beat the missions, I think the shop's pretty much done. Oh, you know, I should bring Musashi to get Bond. And then I got just mash or whatever, it's fine. Which one's the gold one? I think this is the gold one. And then I guess he can bring one too. There we go. All right, that's fine. I think though Gwaine might need some help here. I'm not sure he would clear the second wave. Wait, who is clearing the first wave? Oh god, Mordred is so much better than Gwaine here. Oh fuck. Because Mordred can clear 2 waves. That's why she's so good, is she clears 2 waves. That was Dr. Mario's theme. Fuck. The best I can think of is like K-Scope. This is probably not gonna work. Let's find out. Yeah, Mordred's definitely better for this kind of thing with the refund in P and then the battery. Like boom boom. Here's the thing. Like what Lost is talking about, you see that in all the Arknights does this, right? You'll see people like trying to draw attention to like a new unit. Look how crazy this new unit is, and that new unit in Arknights is just getting carried by a bunch of old stuff, and they're not really doing anything. And you could replace them with almost anyone else, and you're not really seeing that unit, right? I've never liked that kind of thing, and like Lost doesn't like that kind of thing. That's the kind of audience I have. But if people are like want meta, right? That's fine. I don't like. I'm not gonna say I like it. I'm not gonna say I enjoy that content because I don't. But it's not like a crime if that's your shtick, right? I don't personally dislike you if that's your shtick, right? Like, Jesus, who gives a fuck? It's just like, I think, you know, Meatloaf is goddamn disgusting. That doesn't mean I hate you for, you know, liking Meatloaf. Like, what? I don't think I should have done that attack up. I don't think it's necessary, and I'm probably going to need that battery. Whoops! Yeah, Arknights is just as bad about it, honestly, where they're like, you know, trying to, you know, clickbait, and then it's just the same shit, dude. Yeah, there's definitely that. It exists in all games. Yep, I fucked up. Thankfully, I think, because we brought Castoria, it's fine. Yeah, it is fine. 324. Yeah, oh boy, I missing my Mordred right now. Don't have the event bonus, so. What would really help there is like a star bomb CE. Because I guarantee you I'm gonna need normal attacks here. And see, Lancelot's awesome when you do this because you have the stars per turn. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. I mean, thankfully we crit, but like I can see turns where you don't get like good cards and stuff. You could definitely fail to kill that. 1 million. Uh-oh. And see, that's like Lancelot. That's nothing, right? If I do Lancelot Castoria, that's nothing. But like Castoria doesn't help Bob Medusa much here. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do 1,000,000. We'll see. Because my Lancelot is upgraded NP 5. Would actually benefit from art up stuff. So, I mean, we'll see. But 1,000,000's a lot. We do have the event thing. Well, not dead. Ooh. Nope. 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 There goes my FGO license again, chat. Well, we certainly loop easily. I guess I could throw this away for the attack up next time. I think you need to do this stage 5 times, I think. What could I do to improve upon this? I could definitely improve upon it if I wanted to bring less craft essences to make like the farming better. That could help quite a bit. But I like my AP efficiency over my turn efficiencies though. If I wanted to be truly AP efficient right now, though, I would give farming CEs to the other 2 units, but that's going a little too far. Also, it doesn't matter. I don't need the shop stuff much, and my other accounts don't even have these CEs. This is my only account that has the farming CEs. So. No biggie. I've played XCOM before. Not in one sitting though. That sounds pretty terrible. Let's see. Scatty would. She'd make Medusa hit harder, but you'd make. I guess you could do the defense down for Gwen. It's harder on the battery too. I could try it. Let's see. I don't think this would work. And also, I guess you could ruler Artoria, Scatty. And that's an event CE anyway. Let's see how this does. I'm kind of curious. Well, this one, you don't get the defense down for the second wave, though. Wait, is the music looping again? I just tried to fix that. I'll let this song finish. I won't deprive you of Dr. Mario. Okay. You could probably kill this guy without NPing if you have a good hand, but I don't think it's worth, like, fucking around like that. Although, maybe I shouldn't have done that. We'll see. Oh, okay, that's fine. Gwen's NP damage, though, really is not his strong suit. It's better than it used to be, though. Like, oh my god, it's better than it used to be. And mine's 108, so mine's getting pretty beefy. Which is nice. You see, this is the shitty part. Like, this wave is gonna be, pretty yikes. Cause like, well, I guess you get that instead. It's not one turn, is it? I don't think it is. Yeah, no. And then, I guess you save this. Okay, maybe she is the way to go. We'll see. This might help. Hell, maybe I should start with her so I get the stars per turn. Chat, they really did want to power creep regular Scatty with her. There are some nuances, though, where regular Scatty is better. Especially if you're not 3-turning and you're in, like, a boss fight. Regular Scatty's NP is actually pretty awesome now. It's just most people don't care because they're not in, like, they don't... Well, I wouldn't say most people don't care, but most people that are, like, making videos and stuff aren't going to care because they're going to be really, really meta. And, like, you're going to win really, really fast. But if you're just playing the game like a normal person does, like, you know, a lot of the free-to-plays and or dolphins and fish and stuff, you're not going to be 3-turning everything, and you may well have use of Scatty's NP then, like the regular one. But yeah, it just depends on, like, what you're doing. But, I mean, she is overall, I would say, better, still. All right, did I use the Mystic Code? I'm not sure. We did a lot to upgrade our damage here. We'll see what kind of difference it has. I'm not sure it's enough to double our damage, though. We were pretty far off last time. We might win with the normal attack, so I don't think there's any way we're winning with the NP itself. That's a lot, though. Wow, really? I'm surprised it made that big of a difference. Like, I know you get both the skills from Scatty opposed to just the attack up, but like, wow. Oh, well, we had the Mystic Code too, I suppose. So actually, we did do 3 turns, or 3 things to improve the damage. But still, I'm surprised we did that much better. Interesting. Let me see how many times I need to actually do this stage. Because we're almost done. Once we get like these missions done, I think that's it. I think the hard part is just finding her on your support list. She's not as common. FGO license returned. Yeah, I know, right? Gwen is definitely, though, the kind of weak link here. Like, he does kind of struggle with the second wave. And I guess Waver, but I mean, I don't have anything better than Waver, so. I'm pretty sure Waver is still the most commonly had, like, meta support. Because he's not limited, right? And you can get him for free with the 5-star, free 5-star everyone gets. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he is still top of the list there. And he's still good. Like, Jesus Christ, he's still good. You know, he may not be as optimized as some of the other nonsense out there, but he can still really, you know, enable you to 3 or 4 turn at least. Yeah, range is good too, if you have it. It's not bad to have both, though, because then that can just be your 2 supports, right? You can use for farming. A lot of the times you only need the 2. But I really do recommend, and again, it depends on what type of person you are. This is not a universal piece of advice, but I think more people than not are going to have more fun if they focus on units that they like. So use your free 5-star on Artoria or whatever it is that you like. And even if that means you 4-turn or 5-turn instead of 3-turning sometimes, who cares, man? Right? Like, I do understand why, especially for farming. Like, for main story and challenge quests, you know, who the fuck cares? But, I do get why for farming you want to get it over with as fast as possible. I think we could all relate to that. But, if you sacrifice, like, all the units you actually want to play and stuff, and kind of the fun, you know, setups you want to make and all that, if you don't get to do those things just so you can farm faster, what's the point of farming? Tactical Armadillo, yeah. I think that Tactical Armadillo is probably gonna be a joke for a while. Alright, let me check my missions here. I can always do the challenge quest later. We don't have to do it today. If we want to go use the new units and stuff, we can do that. Let's see. So we need... Do I have to use him more? I can use him 15 times. I would have thought I'd have done that by now. And then it's... Wow, we're almost done. Holy shit, we are so close to being done. Yeah, I need to actually bring him then, though. That sucks. I think he's actually the limiting factor. I just haven't brought him enough times. I tried to bring him pretty often, though, so I thought, yeah, we're actually already done with Vertra. I think I just need to do this stage, like, once or twice. And then I need to, use the welfare a few times, and we're done. God damn, I love this song, dude. So good. It's ruler. I wonder if my typical setup would work. Probably not. Let's see. Do I have Avenger? I have Berserker. That'll be fine. I think. 'Cause this isn't a 90 plus one, it's easier. I really do want to say, chat, I know I've said this a few times, but most of them haven't listened to what I've actually said. But I do want to say, like, one more time, all these people that are angry at me and blah, 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 all this silly drama. Like, I never wanted to insult these people. That was never my intention. You know, they're taking it personally, you know. But, like, I'm not going to apologize for what I said, because I stand by what I said. You know, I think there are whales out there that are coping and that are making bad defenses for the game. That's just the truth. I think that's the case. It's fine to disagree. I'm not trying to personally attack you. Like, I'm trying to extend an olive branch here, right? I'm not trying to stress these people out. I'm not trying to pee in their Cheerios, right? Life's a lot more fun when you can just bury the hatchet and be friends, man. Right? I am not looking to, you know, run their day. You know, I'm not gonna act like I condone the way they behaved and the things they said about me and all this stuff. But I'm not angry at them. And if there's some of the things I've seen from, like, some of the whales that are on my side, you know, like, sent me screenshots of some of the stuff, and some of these people seem, you know, really, you know, having like almost anxiety over some of this stuff, right? And it's just like, I don't want anyone, like, feeling that way. I'm not trying to attack you, like with Plushie Mistress specifically. I'm not trying to, you know, tear down his channel. I hope he has a great channel. I hope things go great. I hope he gets all, you know, all the success he wants, right? I'm not looking to, you know, I'm not out to get you, right? I'm not. You don't have to believe me. And I can pretty much predict they're gonna say, if you actually felt that way, you wouldn't have insulted us in the first place. But I never tried to insult you in the first place, right? You see it that way. I don't. I see it as I'm attacking ideas. You see it as I'm attacking you all specifically. I'm not. So yeah, I'll put that olive branch out there again, right? I'm fine with just being friends, man. Right? I can bury the hatchet. I never had a problem with you guys in the first place. I never had this, like, oh man, fuck that Plushie Mistress guy. It's actually funny because I don't think he's gonna believe me, but and I didn't have a lot of interactions with him. I never really seen a lot of his videos. It just didn't really cross my radar much. But the few times I had talked to him, like, he'd commented my videos a few times and stuff, I always had positive thoughts about it. I was like, oh, he seems like a cool guy, and I knew he liked Carmella. I kind of like Carmella. Your fashion's terrible. But you know, I was like, yeah, he seems cool, right? That's always how I felt. And that's why I was so, like, what the fuck when you know, they came out swinging like that. And then I find out they've been, like, shit talking me for a year, right? Well, like, I can let bygones be bygones, man, right? I'm not out to, you know, get nobody here. Don't insult a man's waifu. Look, Carmella is a cool character, right? She is. I've actually talked about it. Like, I actually need to make more videos with her and stuff. Like, she's just a unique character and whatnot, and, you know, way better than Liz. But you have to admit, the nails are a bit much, right? The cage thing, like, it's a bit much, right? Like, her color palette's pretty cool, right? But yeah, the nails, man, that's a bridge too far for me. Liz is better. Yeah, I know some people feel that way. You can have the wrong opinion, chat. It's okay. Liz is pretty popular. But yeah, I am not trying to cause anyone mental anguish here, right? And, like, truly, if I've caused someone mental anguish, I am sorry. I'm not sorry for what, you know, my opinions, right? I stand by my opinions, but, you know, if this situation has caused someone, you know, mental unwell, you know, that's not what I want to see, man. But you gotta be able to laugh at this stuff, man. Like, it's just like the, you know, the copium copy paste, right? Like, I strive to someday say something that my chat makes a copy paste out of, like that. Oh my god. But yeah, I just want to be very clear that, you know, I'm okay with extending an olive branch here, and I'm not looking to make some hate group here. I am not really paying attention to what I am doing in this stage right now, and I'm not sure I'm doing optimal farming here. Let's see. I mean, we can certainly kill it this turn because we got so lucky with the deck spread, but I'm not so sure this would work every time with what I did. I'm not. Well, we'll see. Dude, that copy pasta, that's the one Cairo made. That one leaves out though my favorite part, where the like, it's not even worth discussing. Like the what few problems it's had aren't even worth discussing. That's the part that I find funny. But yeah, that's gonna make some people mad. But yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna say something at some point that's gonna get copy pasted. I know Cairo said a few things that I think that his community kind of jumps on. So it's like you gotta understand, almost anybody that sees like that you don't want animation updates is not gonna take that opinion seriously. And if it's okay that someone has an opinion, if they can have whatever the fuck opinion they want, you know, it's not Nazi Germany here, but I think overwhelmingly people are gonna laugh at that because of course people want animation updates. Like Jalter fans, you think they really are okay with just having the day one sprite? Of course not. Like Jesus Christ. And everyone, it is so common that people are like, this UI is so slow, right? This is such a common take. I actually think Jalter is one of the absolute most deserving of an animation update. It's like her and Leonidas. I mean, she's a 5-star for God's sakes. But Leo's really popular and he's in the anime, and you know, Ushi got one, right? So, and he's day one, right? Because Jalter is using a day one sprite, but she's not a day one character, right? She's copied from the sprite of Ruler Jalter. But like she herself was made a bit later, and so her attacks are a little bit better. Right? They're not great, but they're a little bit better. Where like Leonidas, you know, oh no, it's pretty bad. See, I think Leo probably is number one. I mean, that's they're all kind of tied now because like it's kind of splitting hairs, the difference between Mozart and Leonidas. It's just, I would say Leonidas slightly deserves it more just because he is in the anime, and not that really means much, because to someone that means nothing, right? So, but yeah, Leonidas, Mozart, Shakespeare, you know, Mata Hari, Jalter. There's so many still, dude. Blood X, Darius, Billy, Geronimo. He doesn't need it as much, I guess, as some of the other ones. Yeah, definitely not. Geronimo, although it's still bad animations and stuff. It's definitely better than like Leonidas. But yeah, Romulus. Romulus is definitely one. Yeah, Protoku. God, I want that one. You know what's messed up, chat? I was just thinking, a good example would be I want people to get animation updates, even if I don't like them, right? Even if they're units I don't like, I don't care about, or whatever. I want the people that like that character to get an animation update, right? That's great. I'm trying to think, though, of a character that I don't like that needs an animation update. Because most of the characters I don't like have either never needed one or already have one. Most of the characters are left are the ones that I really wanted to get animation updates. Let me think. I don't dislike Mata Hari, but I definitely don't like her as much at all. Like not nearly as much as like Mozart and Shakespeare and Protoku and all that. But you know, she's fine. I don't have, you know, she's in the positive. That's like the lowest I can think of. Who else? There's got to be some other stuff though that I'm just not thinking of. Let me think. I mean, Mata Hari, wow, I mean, everything that comes... Throw some stuff at me, chat, because I guess Orion, the original, has an animation update, but it's so old that they're still decently deserving of one. And I don't care for them too much. I don't hate them either, though. There's most units that I'm like, man, I don't like that unit. They either started with good animations or they have gotten an update. So I don't think there really is an example of a character that I'm like, yeah, I don't really like them, but I hope that, you know, they get an animation update. Yeah, I guess kind of Serenity, but she does have better animations anyway. But I mean, yeah, I hope Serenity fans get an animation update, so for the character they like. But she got the costume and it looks like really bad because it's like pasted on, right? That's pretty shitty. So yeah, that's like the best I can think of. Oh yeah, David. I'd love a David one too. Yeah, I guess cool. He's way ahead of the pack though. Like, obviously he's not like as good of animations as modern stuff, but his sprite quality is like way better than Jalter's, right? He could use one though, but certainly not as much as some of the other people out here. But yeah, I don't like Kualter at all. But I wouldn't be mad at all if he got an animation update. Although I'd be kind of annoyed if that was literally the next animation update, unless it was like he was in the main story in a really major way or something. But if he just randomly got an animation update before like Jalter and stuff, I'd be kind of stupid because he's better off anyway. And yeah, that wouldn't make any sense to me. Like Mozart and all these people, you know, they need it more. But yeah, I do hope he gets one. Yeah, Berserker Vlad, he could use one, definitely. And I don't like him either. I like APOC Vlad and Lancer Vlad, but yeah, he could use one for sure. He's got a day 1 sprite. He's kind of like Jolter, where he's got a day 1 sprite and then slightly better attack animations. So yeah, he really does need one, for sure. Hey, I like Eric Blood Axe. And Eric, if you wanted, for Phantom, I suppose, too. But yeah, I want a Phantom of the Opera. Oh, shit. Okay, good thing we crit. I will agree that Geronimo has a lot of potential for a very cool animation update. If you read his character material book, there's a lot you can do there. Wait, do Yuri Pirates not have an animation update? I guess they don't. You know, I cannot think about it. Yeah, they don't. Holy fuck, yeah, that's messed up. Okay, yeah, they deserve one too. Man, that's messed up. Yeah, there's not that many 5 stars. I kind of discounted the 5 stars because I was kind of used to thinking, oh yeah, Jerker's like, or not Jerker, Jolter's like the only one that doesn't have one. But yeah, that's not true. Yeah, the Yuri Pirates and Vlad and stuff. And oh, regular Joan of Arc. She doesn't have one either, does she? What a messed up timeline we live in. But yeah, so here's kind of where I'm at with this. It's like, if you have the opinion of you don't like animation updates, or you don't think we deserve them, or whatever it is, you can have that opinion, and I don't want to censor that opinion, but it should be easy for you to see why so many people think that's a dumb fucking opinion. I mean, of course, people, if you like Geronimo, want Geronimo to not have these basic-ass animation, right? Same for, and like in the bad sprites. You know, Jolter's got the bobblehead sprite. Like, Jesus Christ, of course Jolter fans don't like that. Right, so it should be so easy to see why a lot of people are like, yeah, we really want animation updates. It's not, I don't think it's hard to understand. That doesn't mean you have to want them, right? But the fact that they're gonna like roll their eyes at your opinion is pretty obvious as to why. Oh wait, fuck, I don't know if I put the welfare on the team. Oh my god. I'm sitting here doing this stage, and I don't think I'm getting credit towards the mission that I need. Fuck. Dude, god damn it, man. Oh, what have I done? I even said that I needed to do that. Yeah, I'd imagine some people don't care when things aren't meta. Like, they don't, I don't know, man. That's just so self-centered. Because, like, for example, you know, my opinion is based around what I like and don't like, but you know, I can understand, like, oh yeah, but someone else wants this thing. That's fine, right? Autopilot is a scary thing. True. Good way to fuck up. And dude, if someone thinks the UI is like acceptable, they're just not playing other video games, man. Like, no way. Like, why can't we level up from the team screen? Why can't I adjust my craft tests from the team screen? Why can't I change command codes from the team screen? Why can't I upgrade my skills from the team screen? Like, why do I have to go back and forth between like 8,000 menus to do basic things like that? That's crazy, right? And then you have Arknights, same game engine and the same like team screen format, right? They're using like the exact same format with this kind of stuff, and you can over there, right? Like, why do I need all these extra clicks? Why do I have to take so much fucking time to do such basic things, right? That's just bad design, right? That doesn't have to be a deal breaker for you, right? And it's not a deal breaker for me. I'd find it annoying as fuck, right? If I didn't like FGO in other areas, it would be a deal breaker for me, right? It doesn't have to be a deal breaker for somebody though. But yeah, it doesn't have to be a deal breaker, and you can still admit, like, yeah, that's dumb, and I can see why people don't like that. Like, Jesus, just like Ninja Gaiden Black, man. Love that game. One of my favorite games, from like a gameplay standpoint. Certainly not from a story standpoint or any of that, but love Ninja Gaiden Black. And then when people are like, holy fuck, I can't stand this camera, I'm like, yep, camera sucks. It's fine, right? You can still like it. But I think some people really just, dude, after all this, I've seen these people like on my Discord even like trying to be passive aggressive and crap, like trying to imply, like I said before, like how ridiculous it is, these people saying like we're being greedy, you know, asking for the game to be better and have some standards and, you know, like a better pity and all that. I'm seeing these people that act like, you know, this complaining is just being greedy, and it's like unreasonable, like we don't deserve it. It's just insane. Like, you get so little with this game, and then we're greedy for wanting it to be you know, more like every other game. It's so silly, dude. Man, this background is the stage to use for that Hydra in Gura Final. That was a lot of fun, like fighting that guy. You could like do it at neutral, and it was so hard, and Vinci E or not Vinci and all that. There was so much fun stuff there. That Herc video I had a lot of fun with. The thing is, a lot of people truly don't have they're not good at objectivity, right? They just aren't. And so they're gonna be really unfair to the other games. They're not gonna give it a fair, you know, one-to-one comparison. It's just like if someone's, you know, family member does something fucked up, a lot of times people like try to, I mean, dude, this is an extreme example, but it's what came to mind here. There's been a lot, this happens a lot. I've seen this many times, where you'll have someone like shoot up a convenience store, right? And then, you know, they'll get, you know, killed by the police or the people that own the convenience store or something, and then the family of the criminal are angry, and they're like, they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have defended themselves. I've seen that many times, and that's because they don't have objectivity, right? And that's unfortunately how, and that's understandable to a degree when it is something so personal like your son or your daughter or something like that. You're still wrong, but you can understand why their judgment is clouded, at least temporarily. That's somewhat understandable. It's not understandable though when it's just a video game, right? When it's just like food, or it's just your favorite color, or a band, right? It's okay to be emotionally invested in your family, right? It's taking it that extreme though for something significantly less important. That's not right. But a lot of people do lose their objectivity when it comes to, you know, bands or, you know, fandoms, you know, their favorite show or whatever. Okay, what is the mission I have left? Because I got to do one thing one time and that's it. Maybe Kid Gill. Where was Kid Gill? Nope, it's not that one. Maybe it's doing something other than might just need to look this up. I basically haven't looked up anything. It could be Pet the Dog. Let's see, where are they at? I don't know if they show up every time. I think they only show up sometimes or something. Oh my god, that was it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. The final thing is Pet the Dog. That's amazing. All right, there we go. We're done. All right, chat. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to blow up, like use Gilgamesh and Waver on the challenge quest, or do you want to see the new units and stuff? Like we can go use Masashi's buff and like the new saber and all that. I'm fine with either one. But like if people would rather see the new stuff, that's fine. Chat's really mixed. Okay, it looks like a lot of people actually want me to do the challenge quest real quick. All right, we'll go pretty ham on it, right? Although this account only has so much ability to go ham, to be honest, but we'll do what we can, right? This account is a little scuffed, but yeah, we'll try to knock this out. It's nice to get the loot anyway, and then we'll go use Masashi, then the new saber and all that. Let's see, how can this account go a bit ham here? Chat, do you want me to summon something that's stupid, or do we summon something that's like within reason and like Gil and maybe Waver? Waver just because this account doesn't have a lot of like budget supports in good places, but within reason. Yeah, I'm kind of within reason too, because if we go with too stupid, then it's like, no, I'm not using Oberyn. Fuck off. There's no world I'm doing that. Merle and yeah, I like reasonable. You could do like David. Let me bring up my main here. It was here all along, chat. Okay. Actually, I probably already have David slotted. I'll just give him some command codes or something. Do I want to use this, though? Then I could give him the damage CE. That'd be kind of funny. Actually, I never gave David the damage CE ever. When I've already beat this challenge quest like 5 times on my main. But I kind of want to do that. I don't know if that's smart because I don't think Gil needs any help. So I should probably be more supporty, but, you know, if I can see a big David rock, I'm okay with that. I see you, chap. Right, way down here. Why can't we filter by rarity, like, and not by going through a menu? Like, why isn't it just like a tab you click? Jesus, man. Yeah, after myself having played a bunch of other games, that really is why it's so painful playing FGO, is because I have played these other games. And not only have I seen the light and I see how much better it can be, it's so easy for it to be better. It's not hard, right? Like, a lot of this UI design is simple shit. Like, again, Arknights and FGO are so directly comparable with the UI design, right? Especially with the team screen, right? The team screen, the leveling, and all that kind of stuff. Those things are very directly comparable. Some of the other stuff, not as much, but... Yeah, I can't believe these people I've been seeing that will, like sarcastically say what I'm saying and try to, like, portray it as... Like, like, how ridiculous. Like, it's actually crazy when I see people do this. They're, like, trying to make fun of me by, like, saying my opinion and, like, saying it in a way to, like, try to act like I'm being so unreasonable. But, like, you're saying something so reasonable. So it's like, this isn't, brother, this is not working. But I've been seeing people do that. This is funny. The cope. Let's see. I guess defense removal is fine. Defense attack removal is fine. Maybe some crit removal is fine. Do armor ignore at the end. Depending on which one you kill first. Gil should probably kill Iori or whatever first. But it's easier to kill him last, really. But keeping him alive, you take more damage. It kind of depends. Like, if the AoE NP is a problem or not. You can do it either way. I really do want to stress, though, chat. Like, you know, I don't want anybody personally attacking these people. You know, make fun of the ideas, not the people. You know, and I know it can be hard, especially when they're personally attacking people themselves. But there's no need to stoop to that level. And they kept saying this. They kept saying this like they were like scared that I'm gonna like dogpile them and like send my viewers after them. I never did that, not once. And they did it to me though. I never posted like on my Discord. Like the VODs are up and that people could comment, and I didn't do that at all. Like I don't need to. Like it's like, who cares, right? And actually I rather would have had, I wanted the opinions of the people that disagreed with me. I don't need to, although some of the people that agree with me made some really funny comments, but yeah, I wanted the opinions of the people that disagreed with me, right? Like and they were like so scared that I was gonna like harass them. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna send people to harass you. Like, what the fuck? That's not normal behavior. Yeah, I talked to Cairo about it, but that's because he's my friend. Like, of course I'm gonna tell Cairo about it. I mean, like, look at this comment, because you know, that's my mate. But yeah, I didn't like post on my Discord to get people, or my Twitter or anything, to try to like dogpile. Like, of course not. Huh. I guess anti-crit and then like armor ignore on Buster here. We'll do the one that removes both crit buffs because they actually use both here. Like both of them use both, I think. Yeah, I've honestly thoroughly enjoyed this whole thing. It's just been fun to me. I enjoy bait, and again, people getting essentially mad over me saying I don't like Meatloaf. Actually, to me, it's lesser than that. Like to me, the Meatloaf thing is more serious. Because like Meatloaf is something you have to eat and like feel and all that. So like my dislike for Meatloaf is absolutely more important. But I still think it'd be ridiculous to be like offended if someone liked Meatloaf or didn't, right? It's just the whole thing to me is very silly. Oh, the whole thing's been worth it for me. I've had a great time. But like I said, if you know, if they are, you know, having, you know, if they're, you know, truly upset about it, you know, I don't want like I said, I'm happy to extend an olive branch and be friendly, man. Like, I'm sure there's lots of things me and Plushie would have in common and you know, have fun talking about. Like, absolutely. I'm fine with that. I'm not looking to hate. All right, armor ignore. There's a few of these. That one will do. I maybe heal or something if I'm trying to keep David alive. I don't really think I should try to keep David alive. I should just support Gil. I have a habit of doing this, and I kind of just like, you know, having like a secondary DPS to keep alive. I do that all the time, and normally it's not worth it, but. I have apps. I know for a fact, chat. I know for a goddamn fact. I have ranted about Meatloaf more than I've ranted about Min turning. Like, any of my longtime viewers, maybe I'm delusional, you can tell me, but I am quite certain over the years I have expressed significantly more dislike for Meatloaf than I have for Min turning. And there's a reason for that. It's because fuck Meatloaf. I mean, it's the texture and everything. Dude. It's not good. It's not good. Slimy, mushy. It's mushy. That's the thing. It's like this mushy, like, throwaway meat, man. Trying to make, like, meat bread? No. Ugh. You know, like the seasoning they put in it? Ugh. God, no. Absolute terror. Dude, I remember this memory so vividly. I don't think I'll ever forget this memory. There was, you know, I'd been living on my own for a while. You know, and I'd been an adult, I guess, for a little bit. But, you know, a lot of things happened in those, like, early adult years for me. It was, you know, very stressful time for me. Just a lot happening. I moved, you know, a lot of life movement going on, right? In terms of, like, just things changing and whatnot. And there was a moment where I was, like, thinking what to fix for dinner, you know, by myself in, like, my apartment. And I just had this eureka moment. And I was so happy. And anytime I'm kind of down, I can remember this moment, and it makes me happy. I realized I'm an adult. I'm a man. I get to pick what I eat. I can say no to anybody. You know, I have the financial independence that, like, no one can make me eat their dinner over at their house, right? I never have to eat Meatloaf again. I had that exact thought, that specifically, I never have to eat Meatloaf again. I never have. I have never had Meatloaf ever again, and I don't plan on ever having it again. And that's a great memory. Just like the freedom, like just absolute bliss. And yeah, sometimes when I need to pick me up, I just think of that and it's like, yeah, that's a good time. It's nice. And like, you know, of course I've got other memories of, you know, like my friends and family and stuff, but oh my god, dude, that was so freeing not to have to, you know, eat shit you don't want to. So are you sure you're an adult? Unfortunately, yes. I am an adult. All right, we got to summon our boy David here. Although honestly, I've enjoyed my adulthood more than my childhood. Now, you know, as we've talked about, I had a pretty deranged childhood, and that might be why. But regardless, I've enjoyed the accumulation of wisdom massively. That's like a huge thing for me in life, is like the acquisition of wisdom as I go, right? And just being exposed to things, learning things, and improving things. That's been such a driving force in my life, and something I've just enjoyed so much that I've enjoyed getting older. I don't enjoy the back pain, right? That part, you know, not so good, but it's worth it, I would say, at least so far. I think that'll hit a peak, and my opinion will change, you know, as it gets, you know, the drawbacks get even greater. Because you hit a peak on wisdom, right? You can kind of fall off a bit. We're not gonna learn as much though. Would you eat a meatloaf if it gave you more wisdom? I mean, I guess it would give me more wisdom on meatloaf, like in the different ways to make it and stuff, but I don't think I care enough about that kind of wisdom to expose my taste buds to that kind of torture. All right, let's see. We'll give Gil the damage CE. Now, see, here's the one problem, that if I use budget stuff, it's probably going to be really similar to what I did originally. Because there's not, you know, there's a right and wrong way to do it with budget stuff. And that's true for, like, meta stuff. But that's why sometimes it's fun to do that kind of the in-between, right? Like, you don't have lots of meta stuff, but you've got, you know, you're using some 4 and 5 stars, right? That can kind of change the way you approach it. Where if I'm keeping the other units reasonable, Okay, well, we'll use waiver, because I'm actually curious, because this actually might be worse. Starting with this kind of team, waiver would definitely be better than Mash if I was cycling in other OP supports, right? With the Switch Mystic Code, Poster Girl, right? Shit like that, then waiver would be better than Mash. But because I'm not going to go that fast, right? There's just waiver on the team. It's not going to result in this team, like, going go, right? We would need, like, Veach and Oberon and stuff. Because I'm not doing that, waiver legitimately might be worse than Mash here. Because it's a lot less survivability, right? And like maybe it'd actually be better to start with Mash and do this. But I kind of want to try waiver just to see, even if it falls flat and like we lose, I kind of want to see what happens if we use waiver at the start instead of Mash. And we could try no Mash at all because they are kind of similar. The thing is, Mash is just undeniably really good here if you're not 3-turning, because or 4-turning, whatever. I didn't ever pay attention to what the minimum was here, but the defense up is really good for countering the extra attack and NP spam, right? Because it doesn't hit that hard to begin with. So it's super good. Yeah, Hans and Mash is a classic. By the way, I've done that off stream and off video, where I did just 1 DPS in like all budget and did Hans instead, and it was fine. I actually tried to make a Kojiro video, and I beat it. I beat this challenge quest with budget units and then Kojiro. But Kojiro doesn't live. You'll like kill 1.5 of them, and then you have to clean up with like David or whoever. It's a lot. It would not be hard at all if I was using stronger stuff. But because the supports have to be budget, it's really hard to keep Kojiro alive. Because he's not an archer, the enemy NPs do enough damage to sometimes kill him. Not always, like a lot of them won't. But it's just hard to keep him alive for that long. Because he's not an archer. But he can kill one of them easy. Like he can melt one of them, no problem. Because he's got an event bonus and he has anti-saber passive, right? So one of them he'll take down really quick. Like, because he loops well. Like the first one you want to kill, either one. You can pick whichever one you want and he'll kill him really smooth. But it's just super hard to keep him alive. Now, what I could do for a video, and maybe I do this if I find the time, is I could have a different archer kill one of them, and then have Kojiro clean up, and you make that a video, and you have some fun with that. Yeah, I could do something like that. But yeah, having just Kojiro the entire time and no other DPS and just budget supports, it's very hard to keep him alive. You probably could, because I didn't want to stall too much. If I went full stall, I actually probably could keep him alive forever, but it'd be like 30 turns. I don't want to do that. I mean, if I had never had Meatloaf, I would try it. I'm not hating on Meatloaf randomly, chat. No. I need to really make sure people understand this point. I am not randomly singling out Meatloaf and not liking it. I've had Meatloaf, way more than I wish. And yeah, fuck it. So yeah, if I never had it, I would try it. I'll pretty much try any food once, maybe with a few exceptions. I'm not gonna eat like fucking bull testicles, like no thanks, but most things I'll at least try. And I like a lot of food, man. I like a lot of stuff from around the world and whatnot, but yeah, Meatloaf ain't it. Deep-seated Meatloaf hatred. Yes, absolutely. All right, what do we give waiver? We can do stars. We could do starting NP, because his NP is good. Well, we're probably gonna turn 2. I mean, I could focus. Gil's kind of awkward here. I feel like Gil's only really good here if you're going super. I really mean this. Thinking about this, I don't think Gil's that great here unless you're going super ham. Right? Like if you have Oberon, Vortigern, and stuff like that, so you can just keep going. Because you're kind of just gonna waste your time because of the guts break bar. So you're gonna waste a lot of Gil's value if you're not just going and going and going. Because if you wait, then why are you using Gil, right? If you're waiting around for the guts to go away, because now you're not breaking the other health bar. So that's kind of an issue. I guess I could turn 1 David NP and try to break the other health bar and then do AoE a little bit later. But that kind of sucks because you want to use waiver stuff and go. Okay, well, let's see. The rest of the team. The second David ain't bad. That's kind of boring, but a second David is fine. Mash makes so much sense, but I really want to not use Mash. It's just, there's no way around it. I mean, the defense up is just what you want in this fight if you're not going to go really, really quickly. Because Gil's flaw is Gil doesn't even have an evade. Like, actually, Gil is going to have a bit of trouble here just because of that. Like, he can just die. I don't have a invulnerability, guts, evade, any of that. Let's try David, though. Now, if you... It depends on who you kill in what order here. It is funny that Gilgamesh is a glass cannon, because... And he is. Like, that's a completely accurate description of the way he works. You know, he relies on the team to keep him alive. But that's so not how he is, like, lore-wise. He's actually really difficult to kill, even though you wouldn't think so, because LOL plot armor, but... Like, he's got his armor, which can tank noble phantasms. He's got shields that can tank noble phantasms. Right, he's, like, really tanky. But, you know, gameplay-wise, to try and balance it out. Although nowadays, there's plenty of characters that have good damage like Gil, and are also... have survivability, so it's not really balanced anymore. Let's go anti-male defense up. If I kill Iori second, he starts hitting pretty hard. And that's why it makes sense to kill him first, but it's kind of annoying to kill him first because he's got the... He can just randomly catch the guts break bar thing. Wait. Oh, yeah, there we go. Running out of things that make sense to bring here. Go Star Bomb. So chat, when I did this stage blind, and I brought an all-budget team, it's not what I did in the video. It was similar, though. But it was the very first time I ever did this stage. I won. I went in blind. Very first attempt, I beat this stage. And now I'm bringing two 5-stars. Right, and I'm actually, we might lose. we'll see, because not using mash and stuff, I don't think is too smart. And I'm not sure I've actually got the kind of units that need to be used to make Gilgamesh shine, so I'm not sure this will work. We will see. Gil is strong. He'll do a lot of. We got damage. We absolutely have damage. Now, you occasionally get debuffed here. Here's the thing. If I bring this one, I have very little healing. And the debuffs are honestly really annoying in this stage, because you can easily do the entire challenge quest and never get a significant debuff, ever. You never get stunned, you never get pigged. But then sometimes you do it, and that stuff happens on horrible turns, and it's the worst. So it's tough. That's where having just a unit that got some anti-debuff would be nice. Be it the support or the DPS themselves. Sonic Heroes OST is really good. Good shit. And Sonic Adventure 2, good shit. And this is an instrumental cover. Here, I'll link it. This guy has a lot of covers that are just so good. There you go. That guy has so much good music on his channel. Alright, command codes. Gilgamesh. Well, I suspect we're going to want the heal command code. I wouldn't mind A armor ignore again. Helps you punch through at the end. What else? And there's always Star Bomb. I feel like some utility is not a bad idea. Alright, that'll do. Obviously, I could do command codes for everyone else, but let's not go that far. Hopefully, it doesn't matter. This UI is very innovative in its way of inconveniencing players. Absolutely. Default or debuff removal. I'm gonna try debuff removal. If we don't get any nasty debuffs though, then I need the healing. I'm gonna regret it. Because Gil don't got no survivability. And Waver doesn't heal. And he's got less defense than Mash does. So this could be a problem. I'm kind of intrigued to see what happens here though. Excuse me for eating while streaming. I was really hungry. I will stop now. I guess command codes maybe 4 years, 5 years. It is pretty pathetic. All right, let's see what David can do. Or maybe I just wait a turn because I don't want to waste this. Let's see, this guts. It lasts a second. I may have to deal with that. But I want an AoE. I was actually eating pita bread. I actually love pita bread. You can dip it in like guacamole or in chili, anything spicy. Hummus, great with hummus. There's so many things you can like dip pita bread in. Love it. Beans, just baked beans and pita bread. Awesome. It's good shit. Now, I believe what makes them NP instead of extra attack is having enough of these NP ups. I think that's what it is. That's like the only thing I can think of, having done this as many times as I had. So it's okay to break. It won't actually break because of the way these work. They're not like regular guts. You can't do them and then keep hitting the bar. It just doesn't let you do that. The question is, do I even need to use like any of my damage buff? I haven't used my Gil in a challenge quest in a while, so. At least do this. So I've got the event bonus. I mean, as long as they are not immune to the bonus of Aya, I suspect I don't need jack shit here. So, chat, we've been talking about this on our Discord. I've talked about this, like with the Zig and stuff, right? We were talking about face change fake. And some people in my chat had mentioned this. I never really thought about it. Thought about it briefly, but the face change fake anime really did fuck up Aya. You know, that bit in the book with Aya versus the tree, you know, it's a pretty big moment, right? There's like a lot of reactions and talking. Oh my god. Yeah, that's right. That's the guts break bar. But anyway, it's pretty much the strongest Aya that they've ever shown. Oh, that sucks, dude, that it hit Gil. And yeah, there's a lot of like reactions they cut, a lot of stuff like the whole world getting pulled into the void and all that. They cut all of that. They like glossed over it. And that's kind of lame. And because of that though, it's kind of concerning that like what else are they gonna gloss over, right? So yeah, that actually sucks. Yeah, like I like the first episode for the most part, but they really did a bad job with the Zealot and her master. They didn't explain them at all, and they really did do a bad job with Aya, right? Like that, they did not do that part justice at all. So that I'm kind of worried we're gonna get APOC'd. Like I'm worried Face Range Fake is just gonna be APOC stuff in terms of quality and like skipping over stuff. That's not great. I'm not keen on that, but I guess we'll see. All right, we're gonna have to use David's NP to do 30k here. That's really annoying, but it is what it is. Do I want to use this or do I want to use this? I guess this. And then we bang, bang, bang. Like, it was really cool. Like, the gate part they did pretty good with, right? But it's just the Aya part is so cool in the book and stuff. Like, you have all these like factions plotting and scheming and thinking they're so smart, and then all of a sudden the whole world is shaking and they're just like, what the fuck is going on, right? It's absolutely amazing. And then just like seeing what Aya can do at that level when you don't normally get to see it like that is awesome. But then you get to see that the tree can completely handle it, right? Like that's so cool. But yeah, if you haven't already read the book, you don't even know what's happening, really. You don't get it. But yeah, they did a pretty good job with it. And here's the thing. This is why I think the first episode's not that great in terms of handling this stuff. So the clash with Gate really shouldn't happen in the first episode. It just shouldn't. And you can tell that's the pinnacle part of the episode. And that because they want to make sure the episode has like, you know, a climax, they had to make sure that part was in, right? And so they had to cut a lot of stuff to fit it. And because they wanted to put the attention on the Gate versus Road, right? They really just gloss over Aya, right? And the tree, and they gloss over a lot of the other characters and stuff. So it's concerning, but you'll see what happens. Yeah, so I'm having the exact problem I figured we would have, and that's just we're kind of dying because we don't have like the survivability of Mash and Hans or Asclepius or something. We're certainly killing, but at what cost here? Waver's NP is not bad here, but it'd be nice to get to use it with Gil to overcharge it. Little risky though, because Waver might die because he doesn't have defense up and he's got defense down and he's not counterclassing. Jesus Christ, we did that much damage. I'm not used to this 5-star thing in Challenge Quest, man. Like, I was not gonna do that kind of damage. Oh, please don't hit Waver. Hit David, hit David, hit David. Okay, there you go. David might be able to live here. Ugh, I don't know, maybe not. Oh no, he's alive. Don't. Game. Yeah, okay. Oh no, I should have Waver NP'd, man. Fuck, now I don't get my defense down or anything. We blew it. All right, let's see. Yeah, this David, you can see what I was saying. He wasn't really worth it. He's got the damage CE, and I never took advantage of that. When I NP'd, we did 30,000 damage. I could have done that without. So he should, oh my god, he should have had the Caneth. CG. But anyway, meme aside, he should have, because he could have done the 30k anyway, and he wouldn't be about to die if he had that. What a waste like this. Okay. I guess Gil just do Gil things here. Yeah, the real big difference between Gil and some of the other like budget units I might have used here is just this normal card damage is so high from Gil. Like, what the hell? I guess I shouldn't even attacked her just because, like, the next Aya would have killed anyway. It'd only be worth it if I actually killed her there. That sucks. He pinged off my shield with the Pierce of Vulnerability one. We might lose this, though, just for the exact reasons I said. There's just, like, we need, like, Mash right now. Right? Like, if Mash is out, Gil's gonna live for quite a while. But, yeah, Gil could just die. We'll see. Like, George is pretty good here, actually. We'll see. I think George is good enough. Because they're obviously dead, and there's not that much time left before we win. Yeah, I mean, Gil's good. Like, no doubt. This is definitely stronger than, like, if I used Robin in this setup. Like, this normal card damage is just really big. However, if he did have some survivability, then it would just be an absolute carry. Because you could summon a friend's Gil here and still fail just because you get your Gil sniped or something. You know, it takes a little bit of effort to protect him. I mean, you can, though. Just bring Mash and stuff. But some of the other DPS out there, though, are going to carry you better just because there's no user error, right? With, like, because they have survivability. But yeah, 5-star strong. Yeah, absolutely. And this is, like, Gil's cup of tea because it is an AoE stage, but having that, like, single target punch is really good. And because that's what he does against servants, specifically. And oh, look, they're servants. Yeah, this is perfect for him. He hits pretty hard, though, because we've got that anti-mail defense up and the first skill at 10. And we still took a good bit of damage. We got unlucky, though, because it summoned the assassin one. It's RNG which one gets summoned. Wow, we actually might be done already, though. That is pretty impressive. It's because Gil hits hard. He's got a battery, and then his NP gain up with his, like, decent NP gain already. It's pretty easy to... Go. Yeah, this was really easy. Like, even with me intentionally not using, like, Mash and stuff. Yeah, wow, we're already done. Yep, that'll, and look at this overkill. This Buster is gonna hit really hard. Jeez. Kind of satisfying, though. Just kind of crushing it like that, even though the team is not optimized. Kind of fun seeing Gil kick some ass like that. Is Gil the best AoE archer? He can be in certain circumstances. It depends on a lot of stuff because, like, if you've got strong supports, so, and you're gonna win quickly, so how can I put this? So it's irrelevant that he has bad survivability, right? Like, that's not an issue. And the enemies are servants, so he's getting his bonus damage. And it's not single target, it is AoE, because, like, Gil can keep up with the single target stuff, but he's not, like, as good. So, in, like, this challenge quest specifically, Gil is definitely, I'd say, a contender for one of the better archers you're going to have. He's probably not the best, just because there's other archers that are going to do enough damage to break as well. And then they can loop easier and stuff like that. But I don't know, it depends. Because, like, if you want to do the guts thing, right, Gil can actually have enough damage to keep going. And it's not like it's that hard for Gil to loop if you use Oberon and stuff. So Gil's a contender, I would say, for the best archer for this stage. But I'm sure a lot of archers can do it, right? Like, you could still do it with Ishtar, right? You could probably still do it with Tesla. That'd be a bit harder, though, because I don't think they're Earthurst guy. But I mean, Gil's really good really often, like, no question. And even if he's not the absolute #1 for a specific stage, he's, like, in the top 5. And then other stages, those units that are #1 aren't #1 anymore because they were #1 because of, like, a really specific niche. So he's very good. Ishtar's very good. Gil's really good. A lot of really good archers out there. I'll tell you who I think is really good for this stage, though, is going to be the new Masashi, because she has anti-saber. And Berserker's good here anyway, and she's art. And, Castoria is just, amazing, right? So I'm sure Masashi is going to do super, super good here. All right, chat, let's go test out some stuff. I guess we'll use Masashi first. People were kind of asking about that. And then we'll do the new Saber. But yeah, there's that stage. Although it's maybe a little easy, I do like it because it is flexible and you can do AoE or you can do single target. You can try to break the guts or you can wait. I like that. It's very doable with a lot of different setups. It is a little too easy, though, because, again, I beat it first try blind with a pure budget team. That's not that doesn't happen often. I'll say that. And if you do lose, sometimes it's just because of, like, the RNG with the side character, like the wrong one showing up or you getting stunned at a bad time or something like that. So, yeah, it's not the best challenge quest they ever made, but I've had fun with it. It's better than if it was, like, way overtuned and you could barely, you had almost no flexibility with how to do it. I wouldn't want that. All right, I guess we'll go to fight Richard here. Man, I'm having such a good day today. I'm I'm having a good time, but I am tired. That's getting me right now. I'm really tired. All right, we need a Musashi. I have one, but she is garbage, so... And before, no one in my chat actually has a summer Musashi. That may happen. A lot of my viewers are NA viewers, so I wouldn't be crazy surprised. Okay, there's one, but it's 999 in P1. We need better than that. I've got like an NP2 one on NA. I don't remember if she's NP2 or not, but I know I've got one on NA. Okay, there we go. No command codes though. That's unfortunate. But yeah, I would really like going with command codes. It really matters in a stage like this, but that's about all we got. Okay, we got laws. I mean, can we get like the really basic stuff? We could probably at least get a good CE and that kind of thing. But it sounds like yours is pretty much the exact same as this one, because this is NP2. But yeah, just give it something. Probably see her on the support list though more than some of the other units we look around for, just because Musashi's popular and art is really meta for farming and all that. Really straightforward like support. Being an art fan is pretty smooth in FGO, I would say. We could use well, this is a terrible stage for her actually, but Stay's got the new saber. I don't know. I guess just Lobo. Yeah, we'll just do Lobo for her. That's fine. We can use Musashi on Lobo as well. Come on, game. Hasn't even given me lost this entire time. I'm fairly, like, I don't mind Musashi. I don't like super hyper, but I don't hate her, right? It's alright. And I do like the guns in the summer one. Like, gun blades are funny. Like, I just love how she's like melee attacking and you hear gunshot sound effects. Like, it's pretty great. Oh yeah, the friend system is another thing that's pretty ass over here. Good God, that's so strong, dude. Oh man, I'm tired. I apologize. I don't like to stream when I'm tired. It's hard to put on a good show, but I'm really just wanting to play some, you know, and get this event finished. I really just wanted the event done, right? I just wanted to get it over with, get through it, and then that's that. There we go. All right, we'll wait a second. I think Lost is doing the command codes here. We should probably bring a Rosh just to be safe. Also just puts everyone on the same page, which I like. Oh, right, he's brailled. There we go. I'll just do that. Now, let me think. She's very gas. She wants to kill the dragon as soon as possible. Wait, this can't be the right, this isn't the right stage. Yeah, the dragon's a saber. Oh, yeah, excuse me. Yeah, we're doing Musashi's strengthening quest or whatever, which we don't need to do right now. We need this. That's the one. Okay, surely we're ready now. Okay, anyway, default or Atlas? That's the question here. Let me look at her skills. I know what most of them do, but I want to look at like the cooldown links and all that. What is wrong with this wiki, dude? Type in Berserker and it like just won't get you to the Berserker page. So stupid. Alright, it's like not loading or whatever. It's such a clunky like search thing they've got. Alright, we got the big damage to self, but you want to just cast that when you're getting lower. I mean, we could do heal boost heal and heal it back. Or evade is only one hit. That is rough. I don't think we would live long enough anyway to do Atlas, so I think we bring default. Yep, I think that's the play here. I was hoping he didn't notice, but he didn't notice what? What is streamer unaware of? Like just the fact that I was on the wrong stage? Because it did take me a minute. What a great opening hand we've got here. What? What? Oh, FGO. Well, I'm getting plenty of time to build up my NP gain. See, that's pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool animation right there. And all those gunshots, like I enjoy that. I need to not kill one of these. Kind of sucks that the taunt thing happened like that. Alright, I've got my NP no matter what. Do as little damage as possible. Of course, Arash crit. Didn't kill though, we're good. That voice line is louder than the others because it was recorded later. Alright, as many stars as I can get. The one thing I don't like about Summer Masashi, aside from just typical, you know, unserious summer stuff, the NP, man. Oh, the English is painful. I mean, it's kind of like, I guess enjoyable in a way with how painful it is, but I guess game volume is a bit loud here. Yeah, Masashi's NP is pretty whack. Better in stage 3, but then you don't get the cool guns, so. Now, wait a minute. I should have cast the evade. No, it is only one turn. Yeah, this first kill is pretty limited, but in a team setting, it's there to just stop the NPs that are coming at you. Actually, it's really good in a team setting. It's actually insanely good in a team setting because the cooldown is so short. So your team keeps you alive from the normal damage from the enemies, right? You know, be it defense up or taunt or whatever you're doing. And then anytime the enemy can NP, you pretty much always are going to have this. And maybe if you got an enemy that NPs a bit more than normal, you could do the Mystic Code to, you know, fix that. So, yeah, it's nice just for team play. But yeah, in solo, it's not, or even budget sometimes, it's not going to be quite enough. I'm thinking about casting this, even though no, I don't. I think I should wait a little bit. It's a lot of damage, but I can do that a lot of damage later. I'd just be wasting my health, and yeah, we'll wait here. Because I wouldn't be able to cast it twice anyway, most likely. Yep. Yep. Pretty painful. Pretty bad. Probably not as cringe if you don't speak English, but it is what it is. 98%. Oh, we done goofed, chat. We have the buff, right? Lost. Like, I swear to God, I was expecting a bit better damage than that. Yes, okay. Boy, we're gonna die. Like, no question here. Now, I would like to wait. I want to get one more turn before casting this so badly. Oh, it has to be a Saber Servant. Oh, that blows. Damn. They're getting silly with us. All right, let's see if we get lucky here. Man, I wish we had looped. We're missing a lot of potential value that we could have had with better RNG here. Please stop saying it. He's not gonna stop saying it. Okay, well, at least we got absolute max value there. I can't NP this turn though. I just need to live 3 turns though and we're good. Mute Gladdy. Well, I mean, Berserkers generally struggle with this stage if they're not like Hijikata or something. So she's doing all right, and you know AoE is not the best here. So yeah, this is kind of tough. All right, now we can get some big damage finally. I really wish the turn we used this we actually looped. That was really unfortunate. Gotta get one more NP before we die, but I don't think we're going to. What's her name again? I know, right? That voice line's better. Dude, oh, what was that new unit recently? Like Crazy Eyes. She had that one NP voice line that's pretty rare, but she does pretty massive English for a while. It's tough. Oh man. She had some cool animations though. Like she was alright. I say like she's dead and we're never gonna see her again, but like I don't see her slotted like ever, so. Well, unless the dragon double buffs, we're dead here, and he does double buff sometimes, but. Still, we got decently far. It's not too bad. And if we had looped on that one turn, we could have done. I would not be surprised if she can actually beat this with a bit of luck and maybe being upgraded slightly more. Oh yes, the Dragon Google Doc. We really have not kept up with that. That was really fun though. All right, well, we've got Lobo, but that's not gonna show off her new buff too much. I mean, she does more damage all the time regardless, so. The thing is, ultimately, she's a very team-oriented unit. She's not a unit you're gonna be jumping to last man stand with. I mean, you can last man stand a bit because of the guts and stuff, like absolutely. Better than plenty of Berserkers out there. But, you know, she's a very team-oriented unit, and she's very loopy, and having an upgraded NP is awesome for that. I think it's a very significant buff for her, even though in that context, it's not gonna do too much that we just saw. I think overall, it is a pretty damn impactful buff. And then if they are sabers, just all the better. Like if it's a saber challenge quest or something. All right, we need save stand here. Unless someone else has got her. Man, I want to do Elden Ring today. I'm so in the mood to play Elden Ring, but I am so tired. I actually slept pretty good last night, but I'm making up for that night where I basically didn't sleep. So I might have to postpone it for a little bit. Because yeah, I can feel it. I'm pretty exhausted. But it's fine. Elden Ring's not going anywhere. Guys, you know, I'm like, oh, I got to get some stuff in before the DLC, right? The DLC's not coming out tomorrow. Let's put that cope down right now. Yeah, we saw Say earlier, but he's not popping up now. Port list is awesome. I'll message him here. Good guy Rex. I mean, well, there's him. He's actually one of the more popular units from the event, which is nice to have a welfare that's popular. A lot of times they kind of pick the whatever character, but that seemed to have gone over pretty well. Imagine if they shadow dropped it. That would honestly be hilarious. Because here's what's funny is they can. Because Elden Ring and From Software are now in this incredibly special position where the word of mouth is insane. Like if they shadow drop the DLC, the marketing will get done on its own from the community. Like they will get so much free marketing. Like they don't actually need to do anything. And FromSoft is kind of in a really unique position because they're so beloved and they made so many good games, and just like how many streamers and like giant YouTubers and stuff like, you know, really care about what they're making and stuff. Like it just doesn't, it literally doesn't matter if they market it or not. I'm sure they will, at least somewhat, but yeah, they could literally just shadow drop it overnight and it would still, just, everyone's gonna hear about it anyway. Then everyone's gonna go rush off to play it and stuff. Man, where is Say at? Like, I don't even mean like in the stream. I know he's like AFK right now, but yeah, why is he not showing up at all? God, this support list, dude. I really do want to try her out. We might need to do this next stream, chat. I really want to try this stuff out, but I'm really tired. I'm starting to struggle to concentrate. I'm pretty exhausted. And I wanted to give these units their due, and I want to go do Lobo, you know, do team contact stuff with the new units. Right, if I had them, I'd go use them in some advanced quests, but I can't do that. But I think we might just do it next stream. I do apologize, but at least we got the challenge quest done. But yeah, I can feel it. It's like concentrating takes a lot of effort right now because I'm pretty damn tired. So I'll just, you know, I'll rest up for a bit, try to get back on top of my game here. But yeah, maybe one more FGO stream just to test out these units and stuff. But you know, then we'll just wait for them to do more new content. But yeah, we'll get some Elden Ring in here. We'll get some Arknights. Maybe play some new games too. We already got some new games coming up I want to try, like that Monster Hunter Grand Blue game. Sounds fun. Might try that out. All right, let's raid Cairo here. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, take care, everybody.